higher.
Fist pumping. New Jersey.
Don't give us a
Jersey
list
represent.
already, dude.
In the chat room.
I like to think he's somewhere at home doing that face just on his couch.
Level up.
I can't reach.
We made it.
We made it work.
We made it work. We did it. Welcome, Level Uppers, to episode 64 of the Level Up Show. This might be a very special one tonight. Depending on you guys, we could hit 5,000 followers tonight. It's very possible.
I think we'll get it.
We're at 4904 right now. We need 96 Twitch hearts tonight, and we will hit the big 5,000. Get us there, guys. Bring your friends in. Plug this channel everywhere you possibly can. Go on Twitter, go on Facebook, spread it around. Let's see if we can get to 5,000 followers tonight. We will celebrate with a huge, just excitement and blast of enthusiasm.
Yeah, we're gonna blast all over the room.
Whoa! Okay, that just happened. But guys, this is the Level Up Show. It's a gaming dedicated talk show on every Sunday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. We talk all the biggest gaming industry news. We do Topic of the Week. We're going to be talking GDC, PAX East, and a few other things tonight. I'm one of your co-hosts, Andrew Midori, alongside the Beast from the East, D. Marchese.
Buenos dias.
We have brother Anthony, my brother, Anthony Midori. And eventually we will have my wife down here. I'm not sure when she'll be here. Kristen will be here at some point. Don't forget that you can follow us at any point throughout the show. As I was saying, we want to hit 5,000 tonight. So go to twitch.tv/The Level Up Show. Follow or subscribe there if you really want to support us. The easiest way, though, is if you're watching live from PlayStation. If you are, all you got to do right now, hit the little heart button. It's as simple as that. You will become a follower. Your name will pop up on screen, and we will shout you out to show our appreciation and support. Also, guys, if you want to support our network in an even better way, it's right there on the sign. Go to Patreon at patreon.com/The Level Up Network. You can donate, but the best part is that you get things in return, like a jingle written by Greg and sent to your phone. You could get a thank you video for our YouTube. You could get a promotional segment on our show, if that's what you want. So that's $10, by the way. Just go to Patreon and check it out, guys. And then finally, we got Twitter, we got YouTube, we got a t-shirt shop where you can get hoodies like this one. It's all right there on the sign, on the banner, so check it out at any point. What is going on, everybody? How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, man.
Yeah.
I'm having a real good, I had a real good week.
Why is that exactly?
I'm just feeling it.
Just feeling it?
The week, yeah. I don't know. I was very active. I was doing a lot of YouTube stuff this week. I got some time to play a lot of games. I took my finals, so I didn't have any schoolwork this weekend. It was good.
Nice.
I'm just feeling life.
We did have that snowstorm this week, am I right? Or am
Yeah,
I going crazy?
that was Wednesday.
Was that Thursday? We had a snowstorm this week.
Wednesday or Thursday.
Yeah.
I think it was Wednesday into Thursday.
Yeah, it must have been Thursday because you were off Thursday and Friday,
I was
right?
off Thursday and Friday, so yeah, schools were closed.
Yeah, it must have been Thursday because Kristen was off work as well, and we did Level Up Direct together
That's
on
right,
Thursday,
yeah.
which was awesome.
Yep.
But yeah, I went into work that day, and then around like 11 o'clock, they're like, yeah, we need to get out of here. It's coming down really quick, and it was a mess out there. Even though it was only like 6 or 7 inches, it caused problems.
The roads were really, really sketchy.
Yeah, definitely. I was slipping and sliding. I thought I was going to go off-road a few times, but I made it. But game-wise, what were you saying you were playing this week?
I got really hooked into the Havoc DLC that just came to PS4 on Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. Zombies specifically. The new maps, I like the old maps better, honestly.
Oh, why is that?
I don't know. The new ones are both there's only 4, and 2 of them are like way too small. I don't know. I'm just not feeling them. I don't like them that much. They seem like they were kind of like rushed through design, but you get a new weapon as well, the AE4. But I actually got that. If you're a season pass holder, you got that well ahead of the DLC's release for some reason.
Yeah.
And that's a really good thing. That's a really good weapon to use. But Zombies is great, man. I've been loving Zombies. I'm playing a ton of that.
Have you been hearing about this Zombie Army trilogy?
Somebody was talking about it on our PlayStation conference stream.
Yeah.
That's the first time I heard about it.
Same here, but everybody seems to be going nuts about it.
I haven't even seen gameplay at all.
Same here.
I don't know what it is.
I need to check out what this thing's all about because
Yeah,
everybody
me too.
seems to be talking about it. I played a little bit more Wii U finally.
Did you really?
I
What
jumped back into Mario last night. Kristen had her family over, and we were just shooting the breeze, and we played some Wii U, and I think I went through World 2 and 3
Oh,
of
cool.
Super Mario. I'm getting the hang of it.
Are you enjoying it?
That 3D it was causing problems at the beginning. We talked about this before. It's an adjustment because it's not full 3D. It's like this
Yeah.
weird mishmash of 2D and 3D where
It's
you
like
have these angles.
2.5D.
Yeah,
I
where
know what
you
you
can
mean.
you can set it at, but it's not like Mario 64 where you can just rotate the camera, or I should say like Galaxy or something like that.
Right.
But you do get the hang of it eventually, and they do have some cool ideas eventually. There was a cool level where your shadow is being portrayed on the wall, and then like things far in the background or in the foreground, I should say, like stars make a shadow, but you can't see the star, so you realize you have to come forward into the foreground. Really clever stuff like that is making the game pretty cool. But I need
You're
to keep
enjoying
going
it
with that.
though, other than like.
Yeah, I am enjoying it. Like I wouldn't say that it's up there even close to Galaxy or
Not by any
64
stretch
or
of the
anything like that,
imagination, no.
but I'm starting to enjoy it more as time goes on.
Good.
And you have not played a damn thing.
Nothing? No
Are
games
you-
whatsoever?
Are you certain that it's not nostalgia that's clouding you, like rose tinted, like?
With like Super Mario 64 stuff?
Yeah.
No, I
No,
really
Super Mario
promise you.
64 is undoubtedly better.
Yeah.
It's just not. Actually, Super Mario Galaxy, I think I might like better even
Than Super
than
64.
64.
Galaxy, I think, on like Metacritic and game rankings, is in the top 5 games of all time, if not like the top 3, actually.
It's
So,
amazing. Have you played it?
I played little bits and pieces. I didn't have a Wii. Technically, Kristen had a Wii. I borrowed it here and there for like Zelda Skyward Sword,
Right.
but I did not play much of Galaxy.
Okay. Well, Galaxy 2 specifically was amazing.
Yeah.
And these games are good now. They're just they're definitely better.
I still think like Legend of Zelda poops on all the Mario stuff. As awesome
think
as awesome as Mario is, I mean,
Depends on what you're into.
Yeah, that's a respectable opinion. There's
I
a
mean,
lot more
action
to
prefer-
adventure versus platforming.
Right.
It's a completely different genre.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot more meat on the bones of the Zelda games for sure.
We got 65 people in the room. Thanks for joining, guys. This is the Level Up Show, episode 64. Make sure you follow us at any point. We're trying to hit 5,000 follows tonight. That would be amazing. We'd love to throw a celebration. But let's right now get into our only non-gaming
Let's do.
portion of the week. It's called The Level Up Show Has No Game, guys. It is 3 non-gaming topics at 2 minutes each. Let's get it going. First topic.
Hit me with it.
You know what it is. You know what it is.
Yeah.
Avengers. We got the new trailer number 3, and
Yeah.
I think this is the best one of them all.
It's
Yes.
the best trailer of all the trailers ever.
Ever?
Any trailer ever.
Okay, tell us why, Dean.
Oh my god, dude, it's so good. What is there to even say? It's so good. First of all, Ultron is just a menace, dude. He really like puts out the threatening
You see him on a
vibe.
throne at the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A la kind of like a Doctor Doom kind of.
Yeah,
thing.
right.
Yeah.
He's more Doctor Doom than Doctor Doom is.
He
in any other
is. He is a
Fantastic Four
full-on
movie.
like dictator.
Yeah.
But I love how he almost at the beginning is kind of act like, oh, you know, I'm going to inspire humans. Like,
Right.
but he's like,
Yeah.
they'll have hope. And then he's like, and that's the first thing I'll take
gonna
away.
Yeah,
It's
it's
Yeah, it's like,
incredible.
oh, yeah, like-
it's incredible.
Yeah, it's a very good
Yeah,
line.
Spader is killing it. He's gonna be
Yeah.
awesome.
He's
I
gonna be
agree. Well, I
ridiculous
think
too.
that was my biggest problem with the original Avengers movie is that I enjoyed Loki, but I never felt the menace and dread from him. Kind of like he gets his ass kicked by Hawkeye, you know, with
Yeah, well, the
with
thing about
Arrow,
Loki is
and then gets stomped on by the Hulk, and
right. Yeah, but
just
he was
never came off to me like a really like heavy hitting like scary villain.
And Ultron is for sure, dude.
Oh,
Ultron is
yeah.
a bad man.
Oh, yeah.
But the thing about the first one is Loki was kind of a pawn in the greater scheme of things, even though he didn't realize it. Thanos was really behind everything.
Yeah, pulling the string.
Who we'll see later. But this trailer was ridiculous, dude. We got our first look at Vision at the end,
Yeah, right?
which I don't know. Like, I'm not gonna say anything about it because I don't know how closely everyone else follows. But if you've heard about the rumors of how Vision has come to be, I just am so excited. It's perfect. It's perfect. Have you guys heard any of this?
No.
What they're trying to do with Vision?
No,
Is it
talk
gonna-
about it a little bit. You can.
All right. Well, Paul Bettany plays Vision.
Mhm.
I would say also does the voice of Jarvis
Yes.
for Tony Stark's AI. So Ultron.
Oh, never mind. Time's up, buddy.
god!
Oh, wait. What's this? Overtime?
This is the best time ever.
It's the best time ever for overtime.
What?
So
That's
let's keep this
amazing.
going with some overtime
All right.
here.
So anyway, Ultron's birthed from software. Then he gets his own identity, pretty much. So what fans are starting to speculate, which seems to be super obvious
That
by
he
this,
creates
is that
Ultron is
Vision is
the
going to
father.
spawn from Jarvis.
Yeah.
So it's essentially Tony Stark's two sons, Ultron and Vision. And like I don't know, I just can't even talk about it without
Well,
like
they are
getting
changing that. A
all
lot of people are
excited.
upset about the idea that Hank Pym has like he's not involved in the creation of Ultron like in the comics. But it
Yeah,
makes sense to me because it seems like they're trying to set up the whole Cap versus
Exactly.
Tony thing.
Tony messes up here. This is going to be Tony's huge blunder, and Cap is
Yeah.
going to see things in this film that are going to be like, I can't let this
there
go.
was a great part where they were talking out in the field, which is a clip they also showed at Comic Con. Yeah, that part where they're talking in the field. There's so many moving parts in this. You have Tony and his own like guilty conscience. It's Tony and Cap's conference. There's all this stuff going
Yeah,
on
their
with Thor.
conflict.
All this stuff going on with Hulk and Black Widow. Like
Well,
there's
they've
so
always
much
had
character
conflict. I like that they established.
I'm sorry, guys.
No,
You got overtime. That was three
there's
minutes.
so much to talk about.
That was 3 minutes of Avengers. Let's move to the next one. HBO Now. We're hearing a little bit of information on that. It is the standalone subscription service that is finally coming. You no longer need these internet service providers like Comcast in order to have HBO. You can spend $15 a month and you get HBO on its own, which I think is amazing. It's $15 a month. What do you think of that? Do you think if you wanted to get rid of Comcast entirely, right? Let's say you want to go with Netflix and Hulu and stuff like this, and HBO. Do you think that $15 a month for everything HBO offers is worth it?
I think it's totally fair. I thought it was much cheaper than I had predicted that it would. I'm gonna be a customer of it for sure.
Yeah.
I'm planning on getting rid of Comcast and probably just rocking HBO and Netflix.
HBO and Netflix.
I love my Chromecast. I have Chromecast. It's
Yeah.
all I have in the bedroom. I don't have anything connected to my
It's
my
awesome.
television.
Yeah, it's the best,
awesome.
dude.
I'm thinking that PlayStation View might be a nice little option here as well. No matter this is the problem though. You need Comcast no matter what, right? Because you need their internet.
Yeah.
So even if you got rid of the TV side of things, you're still stuck with their internet. They might raise those prices if you get rid of TV to really screw you over, and then you might be spending the same price in the end for not much more or less potentially. I'm not sure. That's the problem is when PlayStation View comes, I still don't know what the price is going to be. I'm hoping PlayStation View is somewhere around $30 a month. If that's the case, $30 a month for PlayStation View, $15 a month for HBO. How much does Comcast only internet cost me? I don't know what that's going to be once I get rid of the TV. So I'll have to wait and see on that one. I'm very hopeful though that I can keep it below the $80 or $90 a month I'm spending now for barely anything.
Right.
Like I'm barely getting anything right now. Anthony,
Yeah. Oh,
how
yeah.
bad is my cable?
Guys, you have to see his cable. It's just like nothing. It's like he has like the Wii channel. He has like HGTV. It's like that's it.
Right.
It's embarrassing.
Yeah, it is embarrassing, and I can't stand it. Like we're basically relying entirely on Netflix right now for all of our entertainment. Which is not too bad. House of Cards is awesome. Time's up. Next topic. And final topic. Melissa Benoist as Supergirl has finally been revealed.
Yeah.
Did you see this?
I
What do you
did.
guys
I
think?
saw the image.
She looks good. She's very cute. I'll give her that.
Yeah,
I think
for
she's
sure.
very attractive. She looks like a good person, which is like they didn't go for overly attractive. They're not trying to sell sex. And I like the costume. I think
They added the stockings.
Yes, I like this. I like that her stomach isn't showing. I know that the guys are going to be like, "How gay are you right now?" But I like that she doesn't look like overly like sexual.
Yeah, where like the top is literally
I'm a
like right
fan,
here.
It's just
Yeah.
I actually
Yeah.
really thought like I could kind of have done without the skirt. Like I thought even
Yeah,
that was
that's
like
what a lot of people are saying.
just
Yeah.
just let her have like the alien uniform. She's like it's all about being equal. She doesn't need to have a skirt just because she's a girl.
Sure.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And the skirt, the other part of it too. First of all, this is like what do you want to call it? Costume design by Atwood, I think her name is, who has won like 3 Academy Awards. Like
Yeah.
this is no joke. Like this woman's worked on a lot. She worked on Arrow. She worked on
she's done all of
Flash. She did a great job on those. This one, people are mostly on board with. It's very Man of Steel.
Yeah,
Yeah,
which
for
I'm
sure.
fine with. I'm glad that they gave the costume some like texture and everything. It brings it out. It makes it not look like like she got it at a freaking Halloween shop, which I'm
Yeah.
glad.
Mhm.
And I mean I understand where you're going with the skirt, but I'm glad that they added the skirt because it's part of her costume that she's had for forever.
Yeah, that's true for sure. But I do like that she's not all
It looks
done up with
cute.
the makeup. She just looks like a strong
Yes,
woman.
exactly.
And she does. She looks really
Which what
good.
we need. We need more Sarah Connors, more
Yeah.
Katniss Everdeen's,
Absolutely.
and less Twilight chick, whatever.
Less
her
Twilight chick.
Name.
Yeah.
whatever her name is, Bella, and less Bella's in
Is
television and
we're getting
movies.
some comments. Everyone's saying the PC quality stream is not working.
Yeah,
that well.
it's stuttering. I'm gonna try and fix that after this segment's over,
cool.
which is right. Time's up. That's
Perfect.
the end of the Level Up Show Has No Game. I'm going to try and fix the PC side real quick, guys. Hold on 1 second. Let's see if I can just refresh the camera. It's the camera. Everything else is working fine except the camera. So I'm going to try and turn that off or something. Refresh this or something. I don't know. What is going on here?
Do you have the stream paused on your computer, right, Anthony?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, it's just the camera, it seems. It doesn't seem to be... I'm not dropping any frames, according to this.
Okay.
It says no frames dropped.
Yeah. That is one of the most important things, too, is that the quality of the show is good.
Mhm.
Hopefully the special effects are good. We see your
The special
fly.
effects. I think that worked, actually, refreshing it. All right, I think that worked. Let's check. Yeah, I think that worked, actually. All right, I
Cool.
switched it over to 1920 by 1080, and then back to 1280 by 720, and it's working.
And then he
Wow.
raves
It
about
got every single frame of that, all over the place. We got 126 people in the room. Thanks for joining us, everybody. The PC stream should be good to go now. Go to twitch.tv/the Level Up Network if you want to see the higher quality PC stream. Our camera was stuttering, but it seems to be all good now. Anything else we want to discuss before we move on to the Level Up?
I mean, all I want to do is talk about Avengers Forever, so we should probably
Yeah,
just
I
move
know.
on.
Is there,
Same
any,
here.
is there anything that you really, really wanted to get out there about Avengers before we move on?
And
You
the one thing...
you have 30 seconds.
Okay, the one thing was that I was telling him earlier was what excited me too was the scene where they were on the bridge and Cap had the bumper of the car.
Yeah.
And he couldn't save those people in the vehicle. I think that's
Yeah.
definitely going to haunt him. Like I said, which is definitely going to establish.
It's gonna
I think
feed into
Captain
that whole
America
Cap versus-
the whole
is
Cap
what
versus
excites
Tony
me the
thing.
most. I think Captain America versus Tony, that whole conflict, and the Vision are the two things I'm really looking forward to. And of course,
As long as they don't make
Hulkbuster
Tony
versus
too
Hulk.
much of a villain, that always bothered me about the comics. He's kind of he can be a little bit of a dick and kind of an anti-hero, but let's not make him the villain.
if you think about it, it's a natural progression, though.
Yeah.
The way
I mean,
things have
he-
gone throughout the story, like it's kind of he has no choice but to end up
He
where he
had
ends
good
up.
intentions, though. At the end of
Absolutely.
the day, that was the whole point of the Ultron program. Is he had good
I'm
intentions.
going to have to stop this.
I understand.
That was a minute. That wasn't even 30
That's fine.
seconds.
I will go.
We
for
can
an
talk
hour,
about
dude.
Avengers all night long. Let's
I
be
know,
honest.
seriously.
We could, but we can't. So that's it. Let's move on to the level update, guys. Real quick, though, let me thank some people. We got some Twitch charts in here. I don't want to neglect those because we are trying to hit 5,000 Twitch charts tonight. That's the big goal, guys. Go to twitch.tv/levelupshow. Follow or sub there. If you're watching live from PlayStation, just hit the little heart button right now, like these people did. Blaze Boy. We also got R-Crawl, Lad Meyer Bacon, R-Crawl54, Sick314, Dozer Bob, Minecraft Studios, I Was Man Returns. Interesting name. Green Killer 420, and that's it right now, guys. Keep those coming. That's like 7 Twitch charts tonight already. We need about another 88, I think, or so to get to 5,000. We would love to throw a celebration for y'all. Let's get there, guys. But now let's move on to the level update.
Level up.
So classy in here.
It
right
is
now.
classy. It's a classy theme from the newsroom. First up, a very disappointing story, in my opinion. Gone Home is no longer in development for consoles.
I did not hear this.
Gone Home is an awesome game. It is the only game that I've played on Steam.
Oh, really? I've never
The
played it.
only game that I've played on Steam. It is a very story-based linear exploration title. It's almost like an interactive book. And some people complain about that, but I mean, this game got reviewed tremendously. It's got a lot of 10s, a lot of 9s, Giant Bomb, IGN, won a lot of Game of the Year awards as well. It was one of my favorite games of, I guess it would have been 2013, actually, at this point. But it was actually revealed originally on not Colin Greg Live, but I guess it would be called Up at Noon at this point, back when he was at IGN, Greg Miller.
Mm-hmm.
He talked with the developer of Gone Home, and that was when it was announced that it would be coming to console. And now, kind of ironically, Colin and Greg Live, they had a talk with that same developer, and he said, yeah, it's no longer happening.
Yeah.
Here's an exact quote, though. He said, and unfortunately, we don't have exciting good news about that. I wish I did. Yeah, it's been quite a while. And as you kind of sense, there's been some delays. And maybe you have seen some things that have changed with Majesco. At this point, unfortunately, I have to acknowledge that Gone Home for console is not actively in development any longer. That deal with Majesco has sadly come to an end, so we don't really know what that means for Gone Home for console for us. In an immediate term, it's no longer a going thing. So, yes, that is very disappointing in my opinion. I would have loved to seen Gone Home on consoles, just so maybe like Kristen could have played it. I think Kristen really would have enjoyed a game like that because it requires no skill whatsoever. It is purely a exploration title, and that's not bashing Kristen or anything. But
Right, I
it's just
understand.
it's one of those things that she would have enjoyed, just kind of like not being guided, but just taking a trip through this, like gradually on your own pace. There's no urgency. There's no villain or enemies. It's
Right.
just figure it out on your
Kind of
own.
like Flower. My girlfriend Jen, she watched me play Flower, and she doesn't really care for like watching me play
Sure.
any kind of games,
Yeah.
which is normal. But she really likes seeing Flower, and that's the same kind of thing. It's just something you experience. It's not really like beat 'em up. Don't do anything like
Yeah,
that.
definitely. Go ahead. You're up.
Alrighty. New info on the Division from alpha testers has released. The AI is supposed to be very aggressive and will also use cover effectively. Weapons will be customizable. A major part of the gameplay is crafting. All objects will be equipped with a color code. I assume they mean to know what can be combined with one another. You will also be able to produce your own clothes so that you can stand out from other players. That's really cool. I like that. I didn't
Yeah.
hear that actually. Players will be able to go in so-called dark zones, which are areas outside of the regulated social areas. Up to 100 players will be able to enter the dark zones by decontamination chambers. Players can join together in teams of 4 or explore alone the dark zones. Also, in the social areas, up to 100 players can stop them. Items that are collected in the dark zone must be decontaminated before being used. Found objects are highlighted in color, which signifies their rarity. In the current alpha phase, the map should be about the size of downtown Los Santos in Grand Theft Auto 5. Without the mountains to the north of the city, however, numerous other places will be added that are not listed in the alpha version. Furthermore, the alpha testers express confidence that the title will be released this year, which is really good news. I think that's good news that we need right now.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised, honestly,
I'm
considering
very
they said
surprised.
fiscal year 2015, which goes until March, right?
Right.
So why not get it out of Assassin's Creed range, give it a little more time of polish, and release it like March of next year?
I even thought in our predictions episode, I think one of
Yeah.
mine was that it was going to be delayed.
Yeah,
In
I
fact,
think so. We've all been all over the place with this game. It's either that it's going to be delayed, it's going to come out, it's going to be broken, or maybe they try and delay it a whole other year until holiday of 2016 so that Assassin's Creed has some breathing room. Or even the other way around. Maybe release the Division this year and move Assassin's Creed back a year. Give that finally more than 1 year of space in between games, which would be great. I think that would be nice to have a little bit of a gap there finally for Assassin's Creed, but we all know that won't happen.
right.
It's just not something Ubisoft would do.
No, not at all, I don't think.
Go ahead, Antoine, you're up.
Okay, so do I start here?
Go with the March PlayStation Plus games, and then you move on to the next page.
All right.
March PlayStation Plus games have been announced, guys, for this month.
This information was taken from the PlayStation blog. Another collection of excellent games joins PlayStation Plus this month. Starting things off on PS4 is Oddworld Abe's Odyssey. New and tasty.
New and tasty.
New and tasty. This side-scrolling adventure reboots the PlayStation Classic with new visuals, new sound, enhanced controls, and even more dark humor than before. Also coming to the PS4 lineup is Valiant Hearts: The Great War. This colorful puzzle game carries with it a heavy subject matter, as it follows 4 intersecting lives and as a loyal canine companion during the First World War. On PS3, gamers with PS Plus can download the critically acclaimed Popo and Yo, alongside the wit-inducing Sherlock Holmes Crimes and Punishments. And on PS Vita, watch out for Ollie Ollie 2, Welcome to Ollywood, and Counter Spy.
Have you played Ollie Ollie?
The first one on my Vita, yeah. Which I'm a little confused because I was able to go on the PSN store and get the second one for my Vita, which I haven't tried yet. But I did get it. I put it in my queue. And then I was under the impression you would be able to cross-buy between PS4 and Vita, but it's not available.
No,
for
they
PS4 yet.
removed it just for that game. It's kind of
That's really
kind of a
annoying.
bummer, right?
Yeah, I was really looking forward to playing on my PS4.
Yeah, I really that was a disappointment for sure that they decided to remove that functionality from that game alone. But all the other ones typically get it, the cross-buy functionality, but for some reason they held it back on Ollie Ollie.
Did you get Oddworld or any of the other games?
I got Valiant Hearts and I got Oddworld, but I haven't played either yet. I want to play Valiant Hearts, and I probably will start that on the next quick play.
Oh, cool.
I figure. I don't think it's a very long game. I think it's more on the shorter side, and I feel like that it's very story focused. I'm pretty sure. And I feel like that's kind of what I want to do with Level Up Quick Play every week. So I'll be doing Valiant Hearts this Friday, guys, 6 p.m. Eastern time.
See, I got those 2 out of the 3, I guess.
Yeah.
And I haven't started either of them yet.
Nice.
But Outworld looks cool. I don't really know what it is exactly.
Oh, you never played Oddworld?
Mm-mm.
It's been around for a while, and I used to like it.
Yeah,
but
that's old school. Yeah,
It's old school, yeah.
Yeah.
I was never like that into it, but it's something that I would try out because it's free. You know?
Yeah, I'm gonna play through.
Why not? Last story, you actually added one more here towards the end of the week. PS4 firmware update 2.50 is actually coming likely at the end of this month. Maybe possibly early next month in April.
Right.
But it's kind of being leaked. This is under, what do they call it? NDA, I guess, non-disclosure
Yeah.
agreement. But it's not stopping the PlayStation MVP members that get early access from leaking information online. What they have shown off so far is that Suspend Resume is finally coming in this console update. Xbox One has had it for a very long time. It basically just means that when you go into rest mode, if you have a game open, that game stays open, and you don't lose the progress that you have.
When the PS4 launched, I remember they talked about it, but I
Mhm.
didn't realize it wasn't a launch feature,
Yep.
so I learned that the hard way when I was like, oh, I'll just turn it on.
Oh, really? Yeah, it's something that a lot of people assumed that they just would forever neglect. Like
It's
it was
nice that it's coming.
announced at the February PlayStation 4 reveal, and then it just was forgotten, and it was like,
Right.
all right, we're not getting this thing. But a year late, but still, it's cool.
It's coming.
That we're
I'll
getting
take it.
One of the happiest ones, actually, people are going nuts over this, even though it's very small. You can now delete trophies that have a 0% next to them.
It's nice, but it's gonna kind of stink if that's like real strict.
Yeah.
Like if you even have just one trophy and you never play that game again, like is that
It
seriously?
sounds like that's the case. Yeah,
that's
it has to be
that's kinda
0%.
But I mean, it's
Yeah.
cool for those people who want to do that.
Yeah.
That's nice. I
There are a
guess.
lot of people that, for some reason, have 0% games in their trophy log.
You know
I
what
don't have too
happens?
many.
I've done it because like you'll get a game, maybe you'll put it in and be like, I'm not feeling this.
Yeah,
And then you'll sell it back, but now you're stuck with this black mark on your record,
sure.
which is annoying.
It's a game that I'd never played, even
Right.
though I put it in my system, which makes you look bad, of course. After that, search trophy details on the internet, including screenshots of scenes with the trophies. This is all accessible from the PS4.
Okay.
So they've got a little bit of almost like a trophy help system now, where you can go online by clicking the trophy options and then going to immediately the internet to see what people have done with that. And that's also something that you can do. You can share your trophy details, and the system will take a screenshot the moment that you get a trophy so that you can share that as
That's
well.
pretty cool.
It's something that Xbox One has been doing for a little while. I know that they have that functionality where it takes video actually every time you get a trophy, or an achievement, I should say.
Mhm.
I think you can turn it off, but I
You
think
can
it's
turn it
a
off.
default functionality of the Xbox One. Another really cool one is that we finally can share play at 60 frames per second.
That is cool. I haven't actually used. I've used SharePlay to guide my friend through a section of Shadows of Mordor.
Yeah.
I was just watching him and talking to him, but that's the only time I've actually used it. I haven't actually played through SharePlay. Have you?
No, I actually haven't used it
No.
at all. I would like to because I think I've got a good internet connection.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would work well for me as long as I'm playing with somebody that also has a good internet connection.
Same.
So I should try that out in the future. Maybe with you if you have a good
Yeah,
connection.
you should test it out.
But one of the things that people are hoping from this is SharePlay uses essentially the same functionality as Remote Play.
Mm-hmm.
So if they can do 60 frames per second with SharePlay, hopefully that means this update will work with Remote Play as well.
That would be
so that
nice.
if you're playing Resogun on your Vita from the PS4, Remote Play style, it's still 60 frames per second.
And that's kind of why I stopped using Remote Play on my Vita, because it just drops a lot.
Yeah.
More than I would like.
Also, kind of crazy that they're doing this, but they're allowing you to do custom button assignments,
Yeah,
meaning
is
that you
pretty
can
nuts.
change every single button on the controller. If you want X to actually be 0 or circle, I should say, in the game, you could do that.
Yeah.
That's bizarre.
Yeah,
It
but
is bizarre,
It's
but
kind
it's
of
kinda
funny. In Japan, circle is the confirm button.
Mhm.
In pretty much every game. Over here, X is the confirm button.
Mhm.
So some people actually are used to the Japanese mentality when it comes to that and want to switch it and have wanted to switch it for a very long time. Now they can whenever this update releases. And then finally, the last one that we've seen, there might be more than this, but the last leaked information was that there will be backup to external hard drive support. Now, we don't know for sure if this means that you can back up games on your external hard drive and play it from the hard drive, or if it just means you can back up your entire system and then restore it. I'm guessing that's the more likely scenario.
Right.
It's great to be hopeful that we can put games on our external hard drive and play it from that. But I
Yeah,
don't
that
think
would
that's
be
going to
nice.
happen.
I don't think so either.
There is just a whole piracy issue that happens in
I'm
that
still
situation.
really kind of pulling for being able to use your external hard drive as a storage device, which is what Xbox
How
does.
ridiculous is that you can't do this with this PlayStation 4?
You were able to on the PlayStation 3.
Yeah, you were able to use it as like a media device. Like,
Which that was the whole big thing. A lot of people were talking about the systems, both systems launched because the Xbox you could do that, but you could not replace the internal hard drive for a bigger one. And the PS4, which I actually did, you can replace your internal hard drive, but you can't use an external hard drive to store data.
that's exactly
So
why
there's
I don't game that much, so there's no real reason for me to even own a PS4 when it doesn't even do what the PS3 can do.
They will add it at some point. I know that
I
they
hope
will.
so.
I can
but
play Blu-rays, I can watch my Netflix, and I can pirate stuff and play it on the PlayStation 3. So I really see no.
For me, that's actually the number one desire for the system. I want to be able to easily plug in external storage and play music, video, pictures, whatever I want.
Yeah, same here.
Like to be able to do that on PS3 and then come to PS4 and have none of that, except for you have to have the USB drive in the system to play
Right.
music. Like that's ridiculous. And I understand we're getting Spotify with PlayStation soon, and that's going to be an awesome option, if you want to go that route for music. But I want to play video. I want DLNA. I want to be able to stream video.
Right, dude.
Like all those things, I cannot believe
I
haven't
used to
happened
sit
yet.
with my 360 and
insane.
just stream music from my laptop while I was playing like Black Ops 2. It was
Yeah.
like no problem. And then we go to next gen, which is supposed to be the future of everything. And you're like, this feels like a step backwards.
What the hell's happening?
Yeah.
Why are we going backwards?
Right.
Guys, we are going to open up the Skype lines right now and put the comments on screen. Feel free to call in at the Level Up Show, spelled exactly how it sounds, no spaces. And we can talk all things gaming related, or maybe a little Avengers, if that's what you guys are into.
Yeah, guys. If you want to talk about Avengers, please
we will
let
We
us
won't
know.
stop you. But in the meantime, let's thank some more Twitch charts. We're getting closer and closer to 5,000, guys. We got 20 so far. Thank you to Cripsy81, Ace Drift, Macho246, Sam Thomas 536, Raj 2764, Pussfilled Scab. I think that's probably a repeat, but Luke Zero, Scroats Magoats. We got a new follower called Scroats Magoats.
That's what I'm talking about.
I like it. Matt Archie 69 and Ladmeyer Bacon, we're all caught up. Thank you for those Twitch charts, everybody. Keep them coming. We're trying to get to 5,000, the big 5,000 tonight. Let's take this call from Tempest. Hey, Tempest. William, how you doing, man?
How you doing, guys?
Hey, what's up, man?
Not too bad. Actually, I was going to talk about Zombie Army Trilogy since you guys haven't played it.
And since
cool.
we know nothing about it, go
yeah,
ahead.
good.
Okay, I can tell you a little bit about it. Basically, it's a zombie game, which I know, Drew, is not your favorite, but actually it's really good.
Okay.
You're fighting Nazis. They are all zombies. It's a third.
Zombies.
Yes, and it's a third-person shooter, not a first-person shooter. Except when you're looking down your scope of your gun. There's multiplayer horde mode. There is a multiplayer story mode, and it's up to 4 people. So that's basically the easy part, the gist of it. So
now, why
it's
haven't
really
I
good.
heard anything about this game? Like, who developed this, and what system is it on?
Okay. It was originally a PC game, and it is done by the company called. They start with an R.
Okay.
Revolution. I pronounced their name wrong. I don't have the right name.
That's
correct name.
close. I know that's close. I do remember seeing that.
Something, yeah. And apparently it was a big game on the PC end. I've never heard of it even on the PC end, to be honest with you. I just like it because I like to kill zombies, and I like Nazis anyway. So it was kind of like that
Who
Nazi
doesn't?
zombie time. Yeah, who doesn't?
Let's
Right.
be honest.
Yeah, that's right. And it's really good. And actually, I've streamed it a couple of times, and I've actually been talking to a couple of my friends on my friends list, and now they're going to buy it now because it's pretty cheap. It's like $39, which is really good compared to it's good for the price, and it's a lot of fun.
Okay, cool.
So, I don't know what to say. I was going to talk about the Avengers, but I'm not going to do that right now. I know they're all.
Are you sure?
You tease.
You can if you really want to. It's okay.
The only thing I want to say about the Avengers, that last trailer was friggin' amazing. It was
No
Yeah.
sarcasm.
it was
Mind-blowing,
really good.
speechless.
It was mind blowing, and my friends actually was over there, and that's all we were talking about when he was over. We were just talking about he's a big Avenger fan, a lot more than me myself, but I couldn't get in. He had to leave, but he wouldn't leave because that's all he wanted to talk about. So
I don't blame him.
no,
All
I don't
right.
blame you. I'm looking forward. And actually, I always find what I was going to say is every like every time those movies open, like whether it's the Avengers or it's um, Captain America, they always open them on the weekend of my son's birthday, and that's what we always do. We always go to see those particular films. So I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to this year again. So, anyways,
All
okay. Have a
right,
good night,
Tempest.
guys.
See you later,
Okay,
man.
See you,
bye.
man.
Okay. Bye bye.
It kind of works that way with you too, because it comes out in May, and they'll all come out around May.
Mm-hmm.
Like so it ends up being around your
I'm
time.
convinced they release it in May because they can use a little Avengers A for the May.
Ah.
Yep, and they do.
They always do
And
it.
they do it
Yeah,
every
That's the only
time.
reason.
I'm
right?
convinced that's why they
But
do it.
little Easter egg. Just
No other
last
months.
thing I'm gonna say, unless we bring it up again somehow, is at the end of the trailer, look for the
Somehow.
new Iron Man armor.
Really?
There's a new Iron Man armor at the end of the
I saw
trailer.
somebody also say, look, the Wolverine claws. Those weren't Wolverine claws, right? Those were the
No.
arrows of
They're
Hawkeye,
either
right?
the
Yeah,
arrows.
they were Hawkeye's arrows.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
either his arrows or a villain named Claw, but most people are speculating that it's just them.
The arrows.
Yeah, the arrows.
Like some special kind
yeah,
or
some
whatever.
kind of special arrow.
But still exciting. All right, guys, that's it for this Skype segment. Let's move on with the level update. We will, of course, put back the. Let me get rid of the comments here. Hold on one sec, guys. We will put the Skype back online in just a little while. There we go. So next up, what do we got? Ooh, I'm very happy about this. Metal Gear Solid 5 news. We got we got some new footage. We got a release date. I think some people already knew about this because I talked about it a lot on Level Up Direct. But the official release date is now September 1st of 2015. With PC, I'm pretty sure getting it on September 15th. Now, some of the information that came out of this IGN video, it got leaked early, actually a day early. Some of the information is awesome, and some of it is worrying for me, actually, as a huge Metal Gear fan. Here are some quotes from Kojima. Quote, even if the Metal Gear Saga continues, to me, this is the last Metal Gear. He has said that many, many times. So I'm not sure what to think there. He might just be saying that if this goes on, somebody else will be developing it. I'll be like a consultant or something like that. I don't think this means this is the last Metal Gear we'll ever get. I just think it means that Kojima, once again, is trying to get away from this franchise. He's continuously pulled back to it because he feels like nobody else can do it right. But maybe it'll finally happen. After that, he said, as much as possible, Snake will act based on the player rather than doing things like making spontaneous comments or flirting with women. In fact, this time, Snake won't really speak much at all. MGS5 is an open-world game focused on giving freedom to the player who will drive Snake's action. Snake himself will be more of a silent protagonist, similar to Mad Max and Mad Max 2. It's the characters around him who will expand the story. That is what really concerns me. Like, Metal Gear is a talky game. And Big Boss, Snake, whoever it is, needs to talk. Like, he needs to be responding to what is going on in the game, responding to conversations. Even if the villains and stuff are doing monologues, I don't want him just staying there silent, like, as these people put on these diatribes. Like, I really hope this is an exaggeration and that there is plenty of conversation in this game. I understand that since it's open world, that does change things a little bit, and you can't have this linear events that happen that he's responding to, but I want Kodak conversations. You know, I want stuff like that, like what you get in the other Metal Gear Solid games.
Right.
After that, I just want to say, because he was talking about Mad Max, that was re-announced as well, finally, in Game Informer, and it's coming out on the same exact day as the Phantom Pain.
Right.
They didn't know this, I don't think, when they were putting it in Game Informer. I think that it probably took them by surprise. I wouldn't be at all shocked if they decide, no way are we releasing this on the same day as the Phantom Pain.
No, I wouldn't be surprised
Let's
either.
delay this, or maybe even possibly move Mad Max forward, because get it away from Metal Gear Solid, or Mad Max is going to be destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
That's my opinion.
That movie looks pretty awesome.
It does.
That
Fury Road.
That trailer was really neat. It was unlike anything I've really seen from a trailer in a while.
Yeah, Fury Road looks really, really
Big,
cool.
Bold, like flashes,
Yeah.
black, showing the font. And
It has that
everything.
old school 80s style still in some ways. Even the trailer itself, just like the music.
It looks
and
very visceral, very
Yeah.
violent, but in a good way, kind of like a chaotic, kind of fun way.
Yeah.
It looks like it could be a lot of fun.
It was funny, like when we saw American Sniper in theaters, that was one of the trailers, and Kristen was like, wow, that looks terrible. And I was like, actually, I think it looks really, really good. And Kristen's like, you're joking. I'm like, no, I think it looks awesome.
I think a lot of
She's like, I don't believe you. I was like, what? Like, it looks really,
It
really cool.
It does look good. I haven't
I think
seen
a lot
it
of
still,
people
but
in my theater were kind of like, that was a breath of fresh air. That list looks like it could be a lot of fun.
It looks awesome.
Great. That's just my opinion.
I liked what I saw.
A few more Twitch hearts here before moving on. Thank you to Poopy Boots. Poopy Boots.
Thanks
you
for
the Twitch
those
art.
poopy boots.
Oh, I love that name.
Also to Banad, Sophie89, I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. PM Squillance, Autumn Kill, the Nine Fox again, Big Hoss Ryan, and we're back to Cripsby. We're getting a lot of really weird names, but I'm okay with that. Thank you for all the Twitch arts, guys. Keep them coming. We're above 30 tonight. We're trying to get to 5,000 so that we can throw a big celebration. Dean, you are up with the next story.
Wahoo! So this is a story, actually, if you guys watched our stream earlier, was that this week?
Yeah.
Damn, this is a long week.
It's been a weird week, yeah.
So we did stream a little bit of well, not all of it because it was so short, of the Project Morpheus conference. So here are the specs on the Project Morpheus. It's got a 5.7-inch screen, 1920 by 1080 resolution, 960 by 1084 each eye, 100 degrees field of view, which we talked about is actually pretty impressive.
If you guys didn't know, like the camera we're using right now, well, let's talk PlayStation camera first. That's 85 degrees.
Right.
And the new camera that we have is 90 degrees. So this thing's another 10 degrees above that even. So you've got a wide range here for vision.
Right. We have an OLED display, RGB, which is really, really nice. If you guys have the original PlayStation Vita that came out before the remodel, which we talked about, that's an OLED screen. It's beautiful. 120 hertz refresh rate, which is pretty high. It is capable of 120 frames per second through new frame interpolation.
Frame interpolation is kind of what you see on a lot of TVs where they do that kind of, it looks like it's speeding up the actual, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It's actually what it's doing. You can explain this even better, what frame interpolation technology is when it comes to TVs, where they insert the frame in between frames.
It gives it that smooth kind of. Have you ever noticed that when you're watching a television at like a Best Buy and it seems to flow unnaturally?
Yeah.
Like that's
frame
when they
interpolation.
introduce that frame, because it's like normally 23 frames per second, I think. So you're missing
movies
frame.
and TV are typically 24 frames per second. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, that makes it sound like it's a bad thing. Supposedly, the new technology they're using for this is actually really good, and it raises 60 to 120 in a pretty natural-looking way.
Okay.
And that's how they're achieving the non-motion sickness VR that they're getting with this.
Well, they did that with the new Lord of the Rings film, all right, the new Hobbit.
Yeah, that's right. I did hear that.
That's
actually.
framed in 48 frames per second, like natively.
And a lot of people were upset about it because they thought it kind of looked more like video than film.
Yeah, it looks like a video game in a way because that's what we're used to. We're used to
I
30 to 60.
I got 3D tickets by accident, so I couldn't enjoy it.
Oh,
I don't
really?
like watching stuff in 3D at all.
Oh.
Yeah, so I haven't seen that actually like regularly, which I think it's out to rent.
Yeah, I'm not that big a fan of 3D either. I'd much rather. I want to see it in a big ass IMAX screen.
Same.
I'm not
into the 3D. How do you feel?
It's
about
okay.
3D?
It depends on the movie. I thought Avatar it had to be seen in 3D. I thought Avatar.
That was pretty fantastic.
That was an experience.
We saw that in Atlantic City.
Yeah. That was worth it.
Yeah, that was.
I didn't even see Avatar until it was out on TV.
That wasn't just like seeing a movie. That was like an experience.
Yeah, I wish I had, but I don't normally like 3D.
But the frames per second thing, I don't like so much when it comes to movies. When I saw Hobbit in theaters, the moment it started and it looked like Bilbo Baggins was moving around like this, I was like, oh no, like this is not good. This is not
this is the most recent one, right?
I actually saw the very first Hobbit in theaters at 48 frames per second, just because like my friend Pat really wanted to see the way it was meant to be seen, which is Peter Jackson. That's what he wanted people to watch it at. So we saw it that way. After about 30 minutes, I did adjust, but I still think that I probably would have enjoyed it more at 24. It's weird to say that. I understand that 48 is better in pretty much every way. It's smoother. CGI especially is smoother. But it's not the way film is meant to look, in my opinion. It's just...
We've been, for over 25 years, we've been watching television and movies a certain way.
Yeah.
And now they're going to change it? It's like, nah.
And it's going to happen. We're going to have to get used to it. It's going to happen eventually.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry, we're cutting off the last part of this Project Morpheus.
You're fine. So, yeah, if you're in the frame interpolation, then you might want to get on that Project Morpheus. It has 9 LED lights surrounding the headset for let's try that again. For full 360-degree positional tracking.
Yeah.
Less than 18 millisecond latency, which is possibly the most impressive stat to me, personally.
Yeah, that's pretty stunning, actually.
It's awesome.
None of the
It's
other
insane.
ones got that low. Some of the other VR headsets we saw this past week, they had higher resolution and some other crazy stuff going on, but none of them got below 20 milliseconds in latency. So that's pretty great.
And then the final thing that we learned at the end of the conference is it is releasing in the first half of 2016. And that's it.
And that's a little surprising as well, in our opinion.
It is. I was guessing holiday 2015. I think we kind of agreed around that time.
Let's say also, we don't have a problem with this. Take your
No,
time.
no,
If that's
no,
what
no.
you need, take your time. But I really thought they would be ready by this holiday. And I thought they really would have pushed to be ready by this holiday, considering that it would have done really well, I think, in the same way Kinect did really well during the holidays. I thought the Kinect was a pretty terrible peripheral, that first one. It didn't do nearly what it was supposed to do in the original advertisements. It was totally off what they promised. But it sold like 30 million units. Like for a peripheral, it did amazing, and I have a feeling a lot was to do with the marketing and also it releasing in the holiday season. So I hope that this doesn't hurt Project Morpheus releasing in the spring or possibly the summer. Antoine, you were up with the last story, man.
And which one is that?
The one after Project Morpheus, whatever that is. I think it is the Wolfenstein.
Not the red one?
The green one, Wolfenstein.
Wolfenstein, the Old Blood, coming this May.
True story.
Content?
I have video content. It is playing.
Okay. Serving as a prequel to last year's underrated The New Order, The Old Blood will be a standalone title exploring the months leading up to New Order. Machine Games will place you in control of familiar protagonist BJ Blazkowicz.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, there you go. Starting in early 1946, you will return to Castle Wolfenstein to contend with the odd magical powers at risk of falling into use by the Nazis. The game is unique to the New Order and contains its own locales, weapons, and enemies. His mission is split into two parts. The first is Rudy Yeager and the Den of Wolves. BJ comes to fight, quote, a maniacal prison warden as he breaks into Castle Wolfenstein in an attempt to steal the coordinates to General Deathshed's compound. The second, The Dark Secrets of Helga von Schaub's, places BJ in Wolfsburg. He meets an obsessed Nazi archaeologist who is exhuming mysterious artifacts that threaten to unleash a dark and ancient power. This will be available for download only on PS4, Xbox One, and PC for $20.
It's pretty cool that we're getting another Wolfenstein so quickly after. What was the other one called? It was called the New Order, right? And this one's called the Old Blood. The last one was called the New Order. So that's pretty cool. I'm glad that we're getting a kind of a mini DLC, standalone DLC at $20. I think that's pretty cool because there's a lot of people that actually liked the New Order.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people that said that was actually a really, really cool game. Could we go to a quick commercial break?
Yeah,
I'm going to check on Kristen and see what's going on with her. Real
Sure.
quick.
I'm on it right now.
Be right back, guys, in 60 seconds.
So this might be an opportunity to talk about more Avengers.
If anybody has any Avengers questions, bring it on.
How about you, Dean? What are you watching on television?
Not
Anything
much,
to
dude.
recommend?
I've been catching up on a lot of movies lately. I have like a whole list. I actually keep like a physical list because I just got so behind. I just watched Foxcatcher today, actually.
How was that?
Weird.
Weird.
I wouldn't watch
heard-
it again.
Yeah, I heard it was weird.
It was worth a watch. If you haven't seen it and like it's on,
I still need to
I'd
see
still watch
Birdman.
it.
I haven't seen Birdman.
Birdman was good. That was also weird, but it was good. I can probably send you Birdman if I get your email before I leave. I have it.
I'm actually excited about this new horror movie, It Follows.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's getting fantastic reviews on Rotten Tomatoes, so
Really?
I haven't seen a good horror movie in a while.
Me neither,
so I'm
dude.
definitely due for one.
Yeah, me neither. As far as television goes, though, I just got so far behind on anything. I don't watch much original TV other than like Game of Thrones. I plan on watching. I gotta catch up with some stuff. I never saw Breaking Bad at all. It's on my Netflix too. I
Wonderful
gotta get
show.
into that. I don't watch that much TV. I spend a lot more time either playing games or watching movies. That's it.
Welcome back, Level Uppers. This is the Level Up Show, episode 64. We are talking all the biggest gaming industry news right now, and we will be getting the topic of the week, which was GDC 2015, of course, as well as some PAX East information. We are above 200 in the room.
Nice. That was the first time I ever got to do that.
Yeah.
I'm so
I
excited.
don't know. This is a weird show tonight.
I'm into it.
But guys, thank you so much for all the Twitch follows we've gotten so far. We're trying to hit 5,000 tonight, the big 5,000. Thank you to Daniel Arasser, I think, With Friends, Emo WizKid, Turtle Squad, Bunad, Sufi89. Thank you for all those Twitch hearts. We're above 30. Keep them coming, guys. We still need like another 70 or so if we're going to get to 5,000. So hit that little heart button live from PlayStation. If you're new to our show, we do this every single week on Sunday, but we also do game streams and even another gaming talk show on our Thursday night stream. So please, to the 213 people in the room, anybody that's new, go to twitch.tv/the Level Up Show. Hit the follow or subscribe button. And if you're watching live from PlayStation, hit the heart button. Your name will pop up on screen. We'll shout you out, all that good stuff. Also, subscribe on YouTube. We're very active there with archives, off-show content like TV discussion. If you want hoodies like this one, go to the levelupshow.spreadshirt.com. We also got some t-shirts, of course, and muscle shirts. And then finally, the most important actually is patreon.com/the Level Up Network. Go there if you want to support our show, donate, and you guys can get a whole bunch of rewards in return. It's pretty awesome. All right, let's move on to some Skype calls. Guys, Skype is live at the Level Up Show, spelled exactly how it sounds, no spaces. Feel free to call in and we can talk anything gaming related or, of course, Avengers. Why not? What's going on in the chat room?
A lot of people are stuck on the superhero stuff, so it's my kind of chat room tonight.
Yeah, this happened. It did.
People are talking about Marvel and DC need to open up game studios, which I think I said to one of our friends here. I think WB actually did open a game studio for DC.
Really?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
When did this happen?
During last year at some time, they opened a studio just for DC to develop their own games. I'm pretty sure. I have to double check the facts on that.
Getting a call from N. Minikin. Let's take this. Hey, N. Minikin, how you doing, man?
Hey, what's up? What's going on?
What's up, man?
Talking all things gaming and, of course, Avengers. What do you want to talk about?
Okay. This is a question for all three of y'all. With the announcement of Street Fighter 4, are y'all fans of fighting games? And if not, what do you think the fighting game genre needs to, like, be more popular, be more accessible, like how it used to be back in the days? Because at one point, fighting games were like, like how first-person shooters are now. But nowadays, it's like, very few people really, like fighting games like that. So what do you think, like, the fighting game genre needs, like, like what's wrong with it that's not as popular as like how it used to be back in the golden days?
I think it's just a changing of the times, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I do
I don't
as
think
well.
there's anything wrong necessarily with it, just in the same way there's nothing wrong with JRPGs. It's just that times change. People are into different things. Production values change, and people can't put the money, into our JRPGs especially anymore. But when it comes to fighting games, I feel like local multiplayer is on its way out. Obviously, it's been on its way out for a long time, and people want online multiplayer. Fighting games have never really done so well when it comes to that because you really need no latency whatsoever. You need this amazing connection. We're getting to that, but I don't know if I see fighting games coming back.
I think one of the biggest problems with fighting games is they've kind of peaked. There's kind of really nowhere else for them to kind of go, and I feel like there's just a lot more dynamic things that they can do with other.
Yeah, what they're trying to do anymore is just
styles of
who can we
game.
versus each other, and that's where the
Yeah.
compelling
Right.
thing happens. It's like, oh, let's have DC versus Mortal Kombat. Let's have Marvel versus something. I'm sure in the future. It used to be Capcom.
I think it's
Um,
just a lot
They're
of.
fun though. I'm not.
They are fun. It's just I think it's just genre fatigue, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's only so many new mechanics you can introduce in a fighting
Exactly.
game. Personally, I like them. I'm terrible at them, so when I play, I'll play them for a little bit, and then like I'm done because I'm not having any fun because I just can't. People are just far too advanced.
Yeah, and so quickly too.
Yeah, and I think that's another problem. I think a lot of people are finding them just not as accessible to wrap their head around.
It's not like first person shooters where you can be mediocre, you can even be bad and still have a good time.
And have
When
a
you're
good game
playing
occasionally.
like a fighting game and you're getting your ass kicked,
Yeah.
it's not fun.
Yeah, I agree. And that's the thing is with a fighting game, it takes commitment to be good. Like you need to figure out if you're going with one character,
Yeah.
okay,
Right.
you need to figure that character out entirely. But the problem there is if you're only good at one character, somebody's going to figure you out and they're going to manipulate you.
For
and
sure.
You're going to lose every single time.
Right.
But to become good at every character in every scenario, you need to freaking go nuts playing these games. And that's just not what I want to do. I don't want to spend like my entire month focusing on one Mortal Kombat trying to figure out every character and all their move sets and fatalities. That just doesn't interest me. But I'm not taking away from the genre at all. I understand that Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat and a lot of other ones too, like this Dragon Ball Xenoverse that just came out. There's tons of fighting games coming. It's just the market isn't as large as it used to be. Is
I
just all
agree.
there is to it. What do you think, Minikin? What's your favorite fighting franchise, and what do you think they need to do to really hit a new market?
Well, my favorite is Tekken, and I feel like especially with Tekken, it would have been dope if they would have merged, because Tekken games usually have that like story mode that you could walk around with your character and beat up people. So I feel that would have been good. They would have done some like Streets of Rage type thing where like you could team up with your buddy and co-op and like fight other people. Like add like some exploration to it besides the fighting. Cause like my favorite game is Shenmue, and one of the reasons that's my favorite game is because it's a fighting RPG. So I feel like it would have been dope. They would have add like merge other genres with fighting. So to make it more accessible, like y'all said, like
Yeah.
just fighting with somebody and the whole skill thing is hard for like people to like enjoy it.
Yeah, I could see that and trying to change up the genre, maybe merge some other genres with it. From what I can tell, the Mortal Kombat stuff, I don't know if it had this much of a focus on story in the previous games, but watching the most recent story trailer for Mortal Kombat,
Hmm.
it's like they have all these cinematics now, and it seems like they're trying to tell this overarching storyline. That kind of makes it a little bit more attractive to me, but still, it's just, it's not my genre. It's just,
Yeah, I think I'm very much on the same page as you and the
yeah,
whole fighting game thing.
yeah.
I
But
enjoyed it. I really liked
nothing against.
Injustice. I play the hell out of it. I still
Okay.
play that sometimes. But I think again, if the DC Comics lore wasn't there, I probably wouldn't have as much of an interest.
Yeah, that makes sense. Definitely. All right, Dominican. Thanks for the question, man.
Anybody else
All
have
right, no
internet?
doubt, man. Have a good one.
See you later.
Thanks, man.
All right.
Does anybody else have an internet access problem?
No,
No, I'm good. I'm wired though, and connection.
when I first got here, it wasn't able to connect, and then I just tried it again, and it connected.
Yeah, I
No
keep
problem.
losing internet
Probably
connection.
refresh or something. But there's a lot of, obviously we have a lot of people on the internet right now. So thank you to some more Twitch hearts. We're now above 40. We got K Curl Jr., Echo Zeppelin, Camo Gray 24, Ben Mello, Shaxi 1901, Bangarang. Bangarang. Davey Ban, Daniel Rasser with friends, and we're caught up. Thank you for the Twitch arts, guys. Keep them coming. We're above 40, but we need like another 50 if we're going to hit the big 5000 tonight. So keep those Twitch arts coming. Hit the little heart button live from PlayStation. It's the easiest way to follow us. All right, what are we up to? We are up to the trailer of the week. Trailer of the week, guys. We're going to be doing this every week from now on, and you guys won't know what it is until the moment. But here's the thing. If you want to see it full screen, high quality, you got to go over to twitch.tv/the Level Up Network. Otherwise, it's going to be on that little screen down there. So do it right now. Go to twitch.tv/the Level Up Network so you can see the high quality trailer we're about to play right now. Bradley, who's calling right now, call next Skype segment, man. I'd love to talk with you. All right, let's do it.
Walk on, wandering souls. For your respite we pray. Let our humble song clear your hearts of dismay. Rekindle the flame and set you free. So walk on and become the light that guides the way.
What do you think, girl? Is this the end? Ram, Machina.
If you're hearing this, fall back immediately. I repeat, withdraw from the front line at once.
Your crystal cannot protect you. Resistance is no longer an option. The roads of Rubrum will run red with the blood of her people.
We no longer have a choice.
What's with you? I thought you were ready to die.
When the seal of creation is broken, a voice like thunder shall sound.
I want the skills to protect others. To protect Ren. The power of a Lassie!
I can at last see my destiny.
That's pretty awesome.
That is, I say, a really cool trailer. It's from PAX, but there's a little bit more here. Of course, we're getting the Final Fantasy 15 demo with Type 0 HD. Can't be more hype for this. Episode Duske, it's called. And that will be shipping with every first edition copy of Final Fantasy Type 0 HD. So make sure that you jump onto that as soon as possible. Let's go to the next part of the level update here. But first, we got a few more Twitch hearts. Thank you to Ix the Legend, Crazy Electro PvP, Blazin62, Lizard, and that's it for now. All right, next part of the level updates. PlayStation passes 20 million units sold. This came out of PAX recently. Here's from the official statement. Sony Computer Entertainment today announced that the PlayStation 4 computer entertainment system has cumulatively sold through, that means not shipped, that is through, sold through more than 20.2 million units worldwide as of March 1st. This is the fastest and strongest growth in PlayStation hardware history, even above the PS2, which, as you guys know, sold insane. Here's a quote here. "We are so grateful for the enormous support from PlayStation fans worldwide, and we are truly humbled that gamers around the world," let me pause this real quick, around the world have continued to select PS4 as the best place to play. That's Andrew House, President and Global CEO of Sony Computer Entertainment. "We remain steadfast in our commitment to deliver unique and interactive entertainment experiences powered by the network and the PS4's deep social connectivity options." And of course, this is with the first year of PS4 not really being that strong. I mean, do you agree with that? I mean, it doesn't have any of its flagship titles yet, really.
I mean, I mean, the numbers kind of say otherwise, though. It's sold.
Well, that's what's weird. Like, why is it selling so well?
I don't know. I think people are just excited about what is coming, and they're excited for new hardware still.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I don't know if like Xbox screwed up so badly that like it's pushing everybody to PlayStation,
Yeah.
or if it's like the Playroom stuff and people are like going nuts over that crazy. I don't know.
I don't know, man. It's really kind of a phenomenon.
But we're getting Uncharted at the end of this year, which is going to be huge. You know, we saw Bloodborne about to come, Metal Gear, which is very associated with PlayStation, and more than that we haven't even found out about yet. So this year, I would imagine, is going to be a lot stronger than 2014.
I mean, yeah. If the games are able to say anything about it, I would think so.
We'll have to wait and see what happens. But very good news for Sony. Congrats, I guess.
Yeah, for sure.
Keep it going, Sony. Don't mess up. Do not screw it up, please. That's all I have to say.
I know. I hope.
Yeah. Go ahead, man. You're up with the next story.
All right. March Games with Gold is announced, and they don't suck. Woo! And this is a really good step in the right direction for them, actually. So for the first time in a while, the Games with Gold program shows some real value. On the Xbox One, players will be able to grab Rayman Legends, that is the newer Rayman, and yes, I said Xbox One, it's the current gen version. That's one of the best platforms available on last and current gen. This marks the first AAA title for current gen, I believe. So, as well as Xbox 360 owners will be able to dive into Tomb Raider, one of the most surprisingly good titles released last generation. You can also close out the final BioShock game, BioShock Infinite, which if you haven't played, play it. It's awesome.
It is awesome.
Hi, Kristen.
Hi.
Welcome.
Thank you. Sorry I look like garbage.
No, you're good.
Do you feel rejuvenated?
No, I don't.
Oh, no?
No.
That's not good. Here you go.
No, I feel like I have like a headache and...
If you're gonna like get into REM sleep, you can't like wake up. That's the problem.
No, it's not that. It's just, I don't feel right today. Just like
having an off day.
I just feel like I'm so cold and just like, oh.
That's not good.
No,
that sounds like
the
the flu or something.
No, it's not the flu. I just need to like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh.
Is this still BioShock on the screen? It is. This was the very first reveal trailer for BioShock, the CGI one, which was pretty awesome, by the way.
Yeah, it was awesome.
But yeah, March does have a solid Games with Gold offering. So that's great news. Good for them. I think PS Plus is also a very strong offering this month.
Shut up, Plus.
Yeah, for sure.
Uh-oh. What just happened?
Thanks for dressing up for the show.
Anthony, do you want to take the final story while Kristen recovers?
Sure.
I would give it to her, but let's see. Here you go. Yep. Halo Master Chief Collection. Let me get back to it here.
Let's get his haircut on Thursday.
There
There's
you
a bump on his ear.
What do you mean?
You feel it? There's a bump on his ear right here. This is just the top of his ear.
The patch fixes?
Yeah.
I think it's just top of the year.
Halo
Better than
Master
my thing is.
Chief Collection patch fixes
Feel it?
most major issues.
Huh.
After 120
He's talking
days
to-
of essentially being a broken
Maybe.
game online, which is one of the only things I really know about gaming wise, it has been incredibly irritating.
Yeah, I'm sure you saw Kyle play it.
Yeah,
Or try to
wow.
play it, I should say.
Trying to play it. Master Chief Collection has finally received a patch that users are reporting fixes the majority of the issues. The patch notes include improved matchmaking performance and success rates, improved matchmaking search times to match, improved stability throughout the matchmaking process across all titles, and many more. Thank the Lord.
Yeah, and I heard it's not 100% there. I heard it's like 90%. There still are some issues, but I think it's finally to the point where it's at least
I
you
just
can,
sold
you can
my
get into
version
matches.
on eBay.
What was that?
I just sold my version on eBay this
Really?
week. I got tired of waiting, dude.
Yeah.
It was awful.
It was the worst.
I
It was the
mean-
worst. I would just sit there. I don't even know why. I would
It
just
had
sit
to-
there.
Stuff like that is what the like what you're talking about with
Right.
the PlayStation and Xbox is their flagship title you can't even play.
You know, PlayStation's had a lot of bad ones too, though. The Drive Club
Yeah, they
didn't
for
work
sure
for a
had
long time.
their fair share, but this was like unplayable. You could play the campaign
Oh,
and
it was
like
insane. We'd be sitting,
you know.
I'd be sitting there with my cousin for half an hour. He couldn't get a match. He couldn't play.
It just was
anything.
especially surprising because it's Halo. It's
Right.
Like, how do
Yeah,
you,
I mean-
Microsoft, how do you mess up Halo?
Yeah,
And
how do
people
you
weren't
mess up
like
Halo?
people weren't looking to like play the campaign. It was exciting because it was Halo 1 multiplayer for the first time. It was remastered Halo 2 multiplayer, and like you couldn't play any of it.
Yeah, these were things that people wanted to play.
Right.
That's
I
what
played it. I played through the Halo 5 beta, and then I just got tired of waiting, so I just sold my copy. I'm done with it.
Alright.
I'll play Halo 5 when
Yeah,
that comes out
of
if
course.
it works. But
I can't imagine that'll be broken because that's what's kind of funny.
I
is
hope
the
not,
beta,
man.
The beta for Guardians seemed to work fine, right?
The beta worked great.
Yeah.
The beta worked better than the game did at all.
That's
yeah.
so
Well, the
weird.
problem with gaming is that you have to choose whether to be an early adopter or not. But with a game like
It's
Halo,
true.
you want to get there immediately, like because you want to get in there and you want to play people because that's when it's fresh. People are going to be playing online a lot, and yeah, you can't wait for the bugs to be fixed and stuff like that. So I mean,
Yeah, I agree. All right, guys, that's the end of the third segment here. Let's thank some more Twitch arts. I think, maybe not. We're still at Ixta Legend, Crazy Electro PvP, Blazin62, and Lizard. Keep those Twitch arts coming, guys, because we're trying to get to the big 5,000 tonight. We've gotten about 40 so far. We need about 45 more. So go to twitch.tv/The Level Up Show. Follow or subscribe there. And if you're watching live from PlayStation, just hit the little heart button. It's that simple. Your name will pop up on screen, and we'll shout you out. Also, let's get the excitement going with the show. I feel like it's just such a downer show right now. It's like very off.
It's just a little docile. It's just an
Yeah.
off night.
So 250. Let's do Pterodactyl Andrew. 300 if Kristen's feeling up to it. Giraffe Kristen. And then of course, if we get to the big 5,000, we'll probably reveal a Dino team or something in there somewhere. Let's open up the Skype lines, guys. Feel free to call in at the Level Up Show, spelled exactly how it sounds, no spaces. Until then, we'll go to the chat room. The Halo 5 servers weren't that great either. Better
I
than
had no
Master Chief
problem getting
Collection,
into
though.
I had absolutely no problem getting to a Halo 5 match. Not one.
Delone Gumman says we need a dose of Greg. That's what we need.
Gregor. Where
Yeah.
is he? He was in here for a minute.
yeah, he bailed.
Real hot second.
He was
And
here
then
for a
out.
little while, yeah.
Yeah.
And then he bailed on us. Do some shots, says Tree Turtle. Wish we could, but that's pretty against the rules on Twitch now.
It's just an off night, you know?
Really?
Kristen's not feeling good, Mike's out. We missed the show last week because of the crazy ice storm. Everyone's getting back into
It just sucks
swing.
because we're so close to the 5,000.
We'll get there, man.
And I don't want to if we don't get it tonight, that means I'm gonna get it on Thursday stream or something. And I don't want that to happen. I don't want you guys not to be here when we hit the big 5,000.
Yeah.
It sucks. So let's get us there, guys, tonight, so that I don't have to worry about that. We just got a few more Twitch charts from God of War 547 and the Corrupt 96, Corrupt KFC. I'm guessing that means Kentucky Fried Chicken. Thank you for the Twitch art. We're getting a call here from Eden and Bradley. Eden, welcome to the show, man.
Hello.
Hello. What do you want to talk about tonight, man?
What are we talking about? What is the category? I just came in, so.
Well, we're really talking about anything, but we could talk about GDC. We got some information from that, or PAX East, Project Morpheus stuff, HTC Vive, which is Valve's, virtual reality. There's a whole bunch to talk about, man. Whatever you want.
All right. So, let's talk about the virtual reality.
Yeah.
About Valve, I think that Valve should just take the thing.
Should take the what?
should just with the whole entire global nation.
Should be like the leader? Or I'm not sure what we mean here.
I'm so confused today. I'm really sorry.
It's all good, man. No, here's what I have to say about Vive. Supposedly, it's the most impressive of the virtual reality ones. We'll talk about this later, but they're using new technology called Lighthouse, which is basically all these emitters off this headset. It's got so many of them, and it allows for not just one person to be detected, but multiple to be detected. It also has the highest resolution of any of them. It's 1200 by 1080 for each eye, so it's over 1920 by 1080 overall, and it has an enormous wide angle for vision. So that's really cool. I hear it's the best one technology-wise. That's no surprise with it being Valve. It also has better hardware to work off of. You can go with superpower PCs or Steam machines, but Project Morpheus is held back by the PlayStation, even though it's a very powerful machine.
Right.
It's not going to match these $5,000 Steam machines.
No, there's no chance.
So I'm hopeful though.
I think Steam machines are so cool. I don't think there should have been 12 though,
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
because I feel like the buyer is going to be confused, like the console buyer that never played on PC ever before, and I feel like they're going to be super confused. And I don't know what one Steam machine is called, but it's like super small. It's like a cube, and it has one of the worst, I don't know, specs I've ever seen on a computer
Well, that's
before.
what's kind of cool at the same time about Steam machines is they have, you can go anywhere from a $50 Steam Link to a $5,000 Steam machine.
Mhm.
It just all depends on what you want, and that's what's better about PCs. Obviously, is that you can customize them, you can raise the RAM, and
Right.
change the graphics chip and all that kind of stuff. You can't do that with consoles like PlayStation.
No, they're not
and
upgradable.
They're not upgradable. At the same time, there's pros and cons to both. I like that about consoles because everybody has the same thing.
Yeah, it's fixed.
All the developers are working with the same hardware. Everybody's
Right.
trying to max it out. There's the convenience, of course, as well. That's why I like console, and I kind of hope it never gets to. I hope there's always that separation. Leave PC to do its own thing. Leave console to do its own thing.
Yeah, definitely.
That's
I'm
my
with
opinion.
you. I'm actually in the whole I built my PC. I built PCs for other people. I'm into that whole thing. But I play all my games on consoles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just the way it's just preference. I just like it. I
It's
like the
too
interface
expensive.
better.
It's PC
Yeah,
gaming is
I
just too
upgraded
expensive.
my PC I got a new graphics card in it, and that alone, I was like, well, I'm never doing this again.
Yeah.
It's just too much money, dude.
That's the thing. Is looking at The Witcher recently, the new footage from that. It looks unbelievable.
Right,
But
it's ridiculous.
I will enjoy that game just as much on PlayStation 4. It's
All
just,
right.
I understand it looks better, but I really don't need to spend $1,500 on a super powered PC
Right.
to get a better textures, better resolution. It's not worth it to me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Same.
but think about it. So, yeah, PC has its flaws. I'm the first one to admit it. With the whole entire graphics card and CPU and what core you're using and everything. But for PlayStation, don't you have to pay for online?
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. So for Xbox, you do too, right?
Sure, but then you also get a ton of free games every month through PlayStation Plus.
So do you get on PC?
Well, it depends. Like Steam does have its great sales here and there for sure.
Not
Steam has
just
amazing sales, especially in the
not
summer, dude.
just
Yeah.
free to play games too.
Well,
There's
free to play games are coming everywhere now for
there's
sure.
League, World at Warcraft. I think PC is the way to go.
It just depends on how much money you want to put into your gaming, I guess.
Yeah.
Totally. I don't have any problem spending $50 a month on PlayStation Plus because the amount I get back through the games is enough to override that immediately. And then $400 versus $1,500 for a PC that can run Witcher at maximum settings. It's not even a question for me. I'm not going to put out an extra $1,000
No.
to play Witcher at a maximum setting.
Especially when the consoles now are getting to be pretty on par.
Yeah.
The graphics are good, dude. I have no complaints.
Well, that's one of the complaints from PC guys is that consoles are holding them back because why would the developers just go all out developing these insane looking games when it's really not going to be played near as much on PC as it's going to be on console? So you're seeing more and more parity between console and PC. PC still looks better, don't get me wrong. You're getting higher resolutions, getting higher textures, unlimited frame rate if that's what you want.
Yeah.
But the gap is getting smaller and smaller, and that's pissing a lot of PC guys off, of course.
Yeah, for sure.
Obviously.
Yeah. All right, Ethan. Thanks for the questions, man.
By the way, I had no clue what we're talking about this whole entire time. I was really, really confused, and I'm sorry.
It's okay, man. We forgive you.
Okay.
See you later, Aiden.
All right. Bye. Love you guys.
Love you too.
Love you, man.
Aiden's a good guy. Let's see if I can call Jimmy back because I know Jimmy was calling. And then, actually, I think who called before that? Bradley did. See if I can get Bradley here.
My
Do you mean
lord.
$50 a year or a month for PS Plus?
$50 a year.
You said a month.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's actually pretty expensive.
That would be ridiculous.
Yeah, that's $600 a year.
That's not at
For
all
a second,
feasible.
that's what I thought.
Yeah, I was gonna
didn't
say,
know.
$50 a year is what you pay for PS Plus.
Yeah, plus you have to think of it this way. You have a console for how many years? You need to update your graphics card to play a game at max settings.
Like,
How
PC's
often?
like it seems like every 3 years or so you're forced to update if you want to get the maximum settings. It doesn't seem like we're good.
I mean,
yeah, here we go. Bradley, welcome to the show, man.
Hello, I am here.
You're here. What do you want to talk about tonight, Brad?
One thing before I do, Kristen, thank you for finally joining us.
You're welcome, Bradley, my friend.
And just wondering, have you got any information on the new Just Cause coming out?
I know that there was some information that came out of PAX. Unfortunately, I did not read it myself. I think it was about the multiplayer, if I remember right. But I could be wrong on that, Brad. So I don't want to misspeak on Just Cause unless you know something that I don't.
No, I just got this book thing and it came and posted up Just Cause 3. I was like, oh, I have that, and then just stuck it up, and I have no clue what the hell. Because Just Cause is a good game. I like Just Cause.
Yeah. Now I hear good things about it. I heard that the second one kind of didn't live up to expectations. It seems like the third one is taking a lot of cues from Far Cry. That's just off of the footage that I've seen, like the weapons that they're adding, the devices, whatever you want to call them. He's able to hang glide now, and he has this web suit and all these kind of things that Far Cry just did, 5 months ago or so.
Yeah, and I was thinking about like when it comes out, actually buying what's the one? Is it Project Morpheus for PS4?
Project Morpheus is the one for PS4, yeah.
Yeah, so I was thinking when it comes out, maybe buying it because like it would be quite cool if you could like put it up, say for your Minecraft, and you could like it'd be more like survival if you put like first person view in Minecraft and you like more sort of scale and like you turn around, there's a creeper there or something
Sure,
weird
yeah.
like that.
I mean, I think that's what is the point for every game in virtual reality is that you are much more immersed in this environment. And if it's a survival game, then you're going to feel like you are surviving in this world.
That's the idea,
goal. That's
anyway.
the idea. Yeah, exactly. Minecraft is one of those ones though where there's such a barrier, obviously, between real life and the Minecraft world that it might be tough to really insert yourself in that world. It's like, if you get like a really cartoony looking game, that's fine. You can still kind of have that suspension of disbelief,
Like Borderlands, kind of
like Borderlands,
cell shaded kind of
But
thing.
if you're going to the extent that Minecraft goes, where it's just blocks, I don't know if that's the kind of game that I want for virtual reality. I'm thinking more like No Man's Sky. Like that seems like the kind of game that is perfect for virtual reality.
Yeah.
I still scream. I still scream when a creeper is right behind me and just explodes. Like, ah! I still scream my head off. Because I jump real easy. Like, I jump at, like, Skeever on Skyrim. I jump at you. I jump at them. I was like, ooh.
I jump really easily, too, man. I'm no good with horror games. I'm the worst with it.
Just
like,
like,
virtual reality for horror is going to be
Oh, I won't even touch it.
Yeah, that's
Forget
going to be
it.
scary. That's going to be scary stuff. I'll
It's
try
gonna be
it, though.
It's gonna be scary though, because I play my horror games at night, even though I hate playing at nighttime. And like with the Morpheus, it's gonna be more scarier because then you wouldn't know what's going on. And, like you could turn around and they would give it like a zombie there or something or a creature. It's like ooh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I think Outlast. I keep thinking of Outlast, and if I were to play that in virtual reality, I don't know if I could do that.
Apparently making a second one. Apparently.
I'd have a heart attack. I'd have like an anxiety attack or something. I can't do that.
Yeah,
but I'll
making a
try
second
anyway.
Outlast.
Yeah. All right, Brad.
Ugh.
We're gonna move on to the last level update, man.
Okay.
See you later.
Thanks for the call, man.
Level up.
Level up.
Level up.
Level up.
More people do that, please. I like it. I like when Brad does that.
Do
Answer calls with level up. First of all, it's a nice little end to the call. It lets us know when the call's over.
It is a nice end of the call.
Like, okay, this is done. It's like over now. It's kind of.
I mean, we could initiate it. If they don't say we could initiate the level up end.
Yeah.
Also.
I like it.
I'm a fan. This is good.
I'm a fan of this.
This is a good talk we just had there.
All right, let's move on to the final part of the level update. Why does that keep happening? Let me delete that again. Remove.
Could Bogey look any more adorable when he's sleeping?
He's exhausted today.
I know.
Hey, Yasha, how you doing, man?
No, he's not. He's just bored. That's why he's sleeping, because he's bored.
He was like barky as crazy earlier, you said, and then when Dean came in, he didn't bark one bit.
No, he's totally silent today.
That's so weird.
Yeah, he like barked
Because he
himself
barked
out.
all day, and I was so mad at him.
He freaks out whenever I come in usually.
Yeah, and he
He
jumps.
was
Yeah.
totally fine today though.
Let's wrap it up with the final part of the level updates. Rock Band 4 has been announced for the PS4 and the Xbox One. We've been talking about this several times on our show, what they should do with Rock Band now that it's finally coming. I still say that it should be a free-to-play game. You have your iTunes type store. Everybody gets the game for free, and then you just buy your songs for $1, and that's it.
That's a pretty good idea.
I think that would be awesome. Obviously, you still have to buy your peripheral. Thank you, Player for the Switch art. But I think maybe have packs. Like try and get people on board with like 12 songs for $8 or something like that. Like able to sell albums in one go for a deal. But otherwise, every song's $1. I think they would make a killing.
Yeah, for sure, dude. That's actually a really smart idea, I think.
It's like anything. I mean, if you see that 99 cents tag, you're just going to click the button. You're not going to think twice about it.
Or maybe they can make whole album like their own, or like this, so whatever
Compilations or
like
something.
their own albums, kind of like iTunes does. You buy them by the song 99 cents, you buy the whole album $13.99 or whatever. I would do that.
What they did in the other generation was so dumb. I understand it's cool to have these compilations or these bands with their greatest hits like Green Day and Metallica, but like, why would I spend $60 again for like a disc version of this game? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, allow us to just download that song pack at a lower price than if we were to pay for each song individually, and you're going to get a ton of people on board.
Here's the thing. I get what you're saying, but I'm 1,000% gonna buy this.
Even if it's like not
yeah,
that
dude,
case?
I love Rock Band.
Really?
Dude. I
Okay.
love it.
Well, I think somebody said in the room, it's a truth. People like getting wasted and playing Rock Band with their friends and having Rock Band.
I just love it,
like
dude.
Yeah.
And, like, 'cause I grew up as a musician. I've been a musician since I was like 11, and like the game actually is pretty like spot on, as well as like it's particularly with the drums. It's kind of crazy like how much you can learn from playing Rock Band's drums compared to like the actual drum kits. Like it's just it's just so good. I love it, dude.
Let me read off this quote real quick, though. This is what they had to say over there at Harmonix. After taking some time off, it was really interesting to kind of come back and play the games that we bled and sweat over for years and years and years. Two things emerged very quickly. One was, holy mother effer, these games are fun. At the same time, we were able to be quite critical of the work that we had done and saw lots of room for improvement. And that was really important to us as well, because we are all really creative people, and it was important for us to be able to sink our teeth into something that was deserving of the 4 at the end of the title. We didn't just want to rehash Rock Band 3 for new consoles. We felt it was really important for us to evolve the gameplay in a way that would be interesting. They are not at all talking about pricing right now.
No.
It's interesting that they said that, though. They want to do something interesting. So what does that mean? I don't think that just means a pricing model. I think that probably means new gameplay mechanics in some way, shape, or form. It's the same instrument from everything I know. It's still the drums, it's still the guitar.
Except no keyboard this time.
No
They're doing away with the keyboard, which I don't think anybody really cares about.
Okay. So in that point of view, there's no differences. It's the same instruments for the most part, except removal of one. So I'm very curious what they do.
Me too. I'm excited to see what they can bring that'll like refresh the franchise. I think they probably got something up their sleeve. They said I was reading an interview. The guts of the guitars are a little bit more solid this time. A lot of people who played both Guitar Hero and Rock Band will attest the Guitar Hero guitars were just a little bit more responsive.
Yeah.
The Rock Band guitars were very like floaty and kind of cheap feeling.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Apparently this is supposed to be a better, solid, more quality instruments this time.
Gotcha. All right, Dean, you're up.
Cool. Where are we at here?
We're at No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky developer Hello Games adds AI space probe. Hello Games has added a robot probe that's only job is to fly around the game's 18 quintillion worlds. Not an exaggeration. I don't know what that number represents.
I'm not even sure what that means.
All right, well, let's keep going then.
It's more than a billion. So.
More than a billion? Well,
quintillion
it's got to be.
It's like probably 5 times
more than a trillion.
Yeah.
Then, right?
I don't even know.
For
a zillion.
Yeah. Well, quintillion. If a trillion is 3, right? Isn't that essentially what it's supposed to be?
Billion is before trillion. So you got
billion, trillion, quintillion.
There's septillion. Zillion, I don't think even exists. A lot of people say zillion. That is not an actual number.
I know.
But
so a billion is 3 sets of 3 zeros, right? So a quintillion is probably, or no, a trillion. No, fuck
We
this,
should
dude.
not be talking about
A
this.
quintillion.
We don't have the knowledge to
Let's
talk
just
about
keep
this.
going here. So yeah, a quintillion, and take short videos and document its findings to be animated into GIFs for the team as well as players. The probe is also responsible for the world's creation to give it the diverse, unique appeal the developers set out for. The art team consists of 4 members, and creating unique environments on such a large scale was an impossible task. This ensures each planet is noticeably unique.
True story. Yeah, they're going balls to the wall with this game when it comes to
I hope it's a true story.
the
'Cause you wrote
procedural
that
stuff.
shit.
Yeah, no, that's a true story.
It sounds insane. We talked about it before. I don't really have any interest in this.
Everything they're saying
game.
about the math is true. They're not lying about
Right.
how long it would take to see everything and all this kind of crap. It just means nothing,
Right.
technically.
Right.
Like, it doesn't matter if this is going to take 4 billion years to find everything and the sun's going to die before that happens. Like, that doesn't mean anything because we're all going to die in 100 years or less. So, but at the same time, it is cool that they found a way to procedurally generate this game in such a way that it is endless, essentially.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
It is cool. The game itself. Are you gonna play this?
Oh, 100%.
Are you really? This is
100%.
something you really
No
interested
doubt
in?
in my mind am I playing this, yeah.
I can't play it because of what we just said. Because I know that there's no way to complete it. There's no way to
That's not
end
true.
it. Like,
That's not true entirely.
what do you?
I don't
how
know
do
if you know.
Finish it.
The point of the game is to make it to the center of the galaxy.
Okay.
At the center of the galaxy, there is something of big importance that everybody's going to be like, oh my god, this means so much. Like, I don't know exactly what that is, and they're keeping it secret. It has, I think, something to do with the symbol of the game. It's this kind of diamond with this goo inside of it. I don't know what it is. But I have a feeling that whatever is at the center of the galaxy has some mythology around it to dealing with that object. And the world itself, they've already said, is that the mythology is implanted throughout the entire universe. Like, even with all the procedurally generated elements, they're somehow going to tell the mythology through that. So that's really cool, in my opinion. And I like the idea of there being a linear part to this game, but otherwise it is endless.
Yeah. See, that is just really will kill my OCD.
Okay.
I can't do it. I can't
I
get
understand.
into it not knowing like this is how I finish it. This is how I get all the trophies. This is when I'm done playing this game.
I'm not like that. Like, when I am no longer enjoying myself with the game, I do not care if I'm only 5% done. Like, I'm done. Like, that's it. Like, I'm not enjoying this anymore. Like, I got my fill, whatever. I'm done. Like, that's my
I have games that are like that for sure. But a game like that, I know, like I don't. You know what? Maybe not, because I don't know. Like, essentially, like games like Marvel Heroes and like DC Online, like I like those. Like MMOs are essentially endless.
Yeah.
And I enjoy them. So I don't know. This just doesn't seem that fun to me. It just seems like a lot of flying around and exploring. Like, that's cool if that's what you're interested in. But like, I don't know. I haven't seen any gameplay. Essentially, you get a gun, I heard, right, of some kind.
You are traveling this universe, finding weapons, you're finding armor, you're building your ship, you are discovering new plant life and minerals and wildlife, and you're basically you are a discoverer in this world, essentially. But the main point of the game is to find your way to the center of the galaxy, and that means upgrading your ship, upgrading your armor, upgrading your weapons, so that you can get there.
See, I like upgrades.
That's good.
Yeah.
I think I have to wait.
Upgrades,
Yeah, that's they
like
get
it
me.
too.
Dude.
I
That
mean,
whole
like,
type of thing is all I'm all
I always
about it.
talked to him about how much I liked Baldur's Gate for that reason.
Mhm.
I loved improving my armor and
Yeah,
swords,
same
and
here.
weaponry, all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
I'm into all that.
Getting
Any
it
kind of level progression kind of thing, I like that a lot. I don't know. I think I just need to see a little bit more from this game before I make like a real judgment.
Before Kristen reads the final story, let me just thank you to some Twitch hearts here. We're above 50. That's good. We're getting there. We might hit it tonight, guys. Thank you to Tree Turtle 420, Geek Squad, Operator C, Assassin's Legacy, Dirty Pumpkin, I think, Playa, Los Cande, XR3LL, Crazy Tony Kia, God of War, and the Corrupt KFC. We're back on track again. Thank you for all those Twitch arts. Keep them coming, guys, to the 190 in the room. If you have not followed us yet, go to twitch.tv/The Level Up Show. Follow or subscribe there. If you're watching live from PlayStation, which it seems you are, just hit that little heart button. It's as simple as that. Hit the heart button. Your name will pop up on screen. We will shout you out, and you'll get us closer to the big 5,000. Go ahead, Kristen. You're up. Just that story right at the top there.
The green one.
Yep, the green one.
Microsoft wanted Insomniac to reboot Conquer. What does that even mean?
Meaning like Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Yeah, that's cool.
How's our clock doing? It's just
It's
sitting
upstairs. It's chilling.
in an empty room.
Yeah.
According to a now verified Microsoft employee on Reddit, MS is trying to reboot several classic franchises. Here is what the Redditor wrote. All of a sudden, I became flooded with emails and design docs for a new Conquer game. Basically, MS wanted to reboot Conquer and was shopping around for developers to make the new game. MS wasn't comfortable developing it, and Rare definitely wasn't making it. For a while, it really looked like Insomniac would take on the Conquer reboot. They were already doing third-party stuff for MS, and they had made a hit platformer series in the past. However, Insomniac turned MS down too. Apparently, MS wanted Conquer to hit store shelves by the end of 2015, and Insomniac refused because of the short dev cycle. MS wanted Conquer out the door really quickly because they wanted to reintroduce audiences to a bunch of older IPs that MS was planning on rebooting for 2016 to 2017, like Perfect Dark and Banjo. It's a long quote.
Is that it? Are you done?
Yeah, sorry, I'm not like energetic.
That's fine. What do you think about this? Insomniac potentially taking on Conquer. It sounds like it's never going to happen, but do you think they would
Probably
have
not.
been a good fit for that?
I think Insomniac can pretty much do anything.
Yeah.
Personally, they're one of my favorite developers just because they're so out there.
I
They're
think
not afraid to
Sunset
take
Overdrive
chances.
was a part of that for sure.
Yeah, it was crazy. Dude, Ratchet and Clank even does some like insane stuff.
Oh yeah.
With some of their like weapon design and things. I mean, they're up there with like some of my favorite developers. I could see them do anything.
I think that they were just at the top of their game for a while there, especially with the early Ratchet and Clanks on PS2, and then a little bit with Ratchet and Clank at the beginning. Resistance started off strong and it just kind of fell apart. A lot of that had to do with the marketing from Sony. They really screwed them over with that. It wasn't marketed well. And then going over to Fuse, which was a disaster. Fuse was a mess. Keep trying to retread Ratchet and Clank by doing all these different genres with it, like tower defense and
Right.
All for One, and all these. They destroyed that franchise in a lot of ways, and now they're trying to reboot it as a result. I hope that works out. So Sunset Overdrive was great. I hear that's an awesome game. I have a feeling they're getting back to their glory days. I have a feeling the Ratchet & Clank reboot is going to be awesome. Sunset Overdrive 2 will be great again, and I think we're going to be seeing some awesome Insomniac.
I think so. I'm gonna play the Ratchet and Clank reboot for sure. I'm a fan of their just when they do Ratchet and Clank the way it's supposed to be, just 3D platforming. Like Into the
Why
Nexus
are they
was awesome.
rebooting Ratchet and Clank when there have been so many Ratchet and Clank?
I think it's because they realized that they went off track with the series.
They did, and they have a movie coming out. And I think they're
How
trying
did
to
they
get
go off track,
everything.
if you don't mind me asking?
They tried to change the genre in
Right.
a lot of ways. They tried to do tower defense. They tried to do this co-op thing, and it was all well and good, but none of those games were feature filled. They weren't. None of them did what the original Ratchet and Clanks did. They didn't tell a cool story. Like it felt like rehashes, and it felt
Right.
like almost like they were passing off the game to like the C level guys at Insomniac and like do
For
this
sure, yeah.
so that we get a Ratchet and Clank game out every 2 years. It just kind of felt like they were cashing it in or something. I don't
So
know.
what are they going to do with this reboot? Are they bringing back the same voice actors? Are they changing
It's all
the
all the
animation?
same stuff. They're retelling the first story but changing it in a lot of ways because the movie is exactly the same story as the first game.
As the very original.
Yeah, the
game,
original first game. The movie is telling that story, and the game is launching kind of alongside, I think, the movie reboots. So they can't exactly retell the first story again. They have to reboot it by changing things. So it's almost like we're getting Ratchet and Clank with a new storyline entirely. But the characters are the same. It's still the same characters, still the same voice actors as far as we know. But they're going to change it in some way to make this fresh and original.
Huh?
We just don't know what that means yet. But it could be cool. I hope it is. Let's open up the Skype lines, guys. Feel free to call in on Skype at the Level Up Show, spelled exactly how it sounds, no spaces. Until then, we'll go to the comments. We got some salty in here.
I don't really know what's going on. Everyone's typing what they interpret M as to represent.
I started that.
You did? How did that happen? How did this happen?
I'll start. I said monster spaghetti. Then I said must shart, and then I said something else. I said a lot of weird stuff.
Fair enough.
I think we're at 627 of 684. We need to hit 684 to get to 5,000 Twitch hearts, guys. Get us there. Hit the heart button right now, live from PlayStation. We're getting a call from Jimmy.
Jimmy.
Jimmer. Hey, Jimmy, how you doing, man? Oh, never mind, not Jimmy. Is it? I can't read this.
Yeah, this is Jimmy.
Oh, nice. There we go. I got the right person then. Jimmy, what's going on, man?
I was like, please, come on, please. I was doing 3 tries.
You were trying to call in. I did see you trying to call in, but we had Bradley first. We have an order to things. We have to, acknowledge.
Yeah, it's all right. I've called a couple times, but I want to talk about Avengers really badly.
Yeah, let's
Here we
talk
go
about
again.
it.
All right, go
Let's
ahead.
go, Dean. All right, I want to say, what is your favorite Avengers scene? Can I go first?
Yeah, well, what are we talking about? From the new trailer or from the first movie?
No, the first Avenger movie.
Oh yeah, go ahead. What do you got?
Can I go first? Can I go first, Dean?
Yeah, go ahead, man.
All right. This is probably everybody's favorite scene, but it's when Hulk got Loki, started like slamming him on the floor. That was just like the best part. It was like, wasn't Loki saying like, I'm a king, and then you better bow down to me or
I'm a
something?
god, I think
Yeah.
he said. And then
you dog
Yeah, I'm a god. You
Yeah.
better bow down to me. And then he like doesn't care that.
And then and then Hulk says puny god.
Yeah.
Which I think is his only
You
line
know
in
what the
the
best
movie.
part about that is?
Pretty
We
much.
saw it in theaters twice.
Yeah.
And we couldn't hear Puny God.
Because
so
everyone
many people
freaked
was
out.
freaking out,
Same here,
cracking
dude.
up.
I had to go home and Google. I was like, what
Yeah, I
did
was
he
like, what
say?
did Hulk say?
Yeah, it was. I think
So
everybody had
my
that issue.
favorite scene is it happens really, really quickly, but if you catch it, it's awesome. It's like the Battle of New York, and they're kind of giving everybody their time in the sun, so to speak, and like everyone's getting their little moment.
Yeah, it's almost like a one-shot
It's a
scene where it's
giant
just
Right.
panning
going
shot.
around.
And
Yeah, it's awesome.
they kind of Iron Man is kind of carrying through, kind of like by
I know
him
exactly
flying
what you're
through
gonna
each
say.
scene. You know what I mean? He is like kind of like showing off each character as we watch Iron Man fly through. So Iron Man flies through the air. He lands down in the street real quick. Captain America throws up a shield, and he does his repulsor on the shield, and I was like,
Yeah, mind
that
blown.
was my favorite bit in the world, dude. He takes out like 12 dudes, and then he just proceeds to like fly up the building.
and then he's
just
off
rips dudes off the building as he goes. That blew my mind.
Yeah, that was a really cool scene.
Yeah, that was
so
my favorite, easily.
What about you? What's your favorite scene?
Oh man, well you guys literally covering like some of the best scenes in the entire movie. So I don't know if I were to take a scene. I adored when Hulk punched Thor. Like,
Yeah.
that was pretty fantastic.
Yeah, that was
though.
awesome, dude.
It was just so much fan service in that movie.
Yep,
like,
it
good
really was
lord.
a ton, dude.
My favorite, and this is purely just fight-wise, I think the actually best choreographed fight scene part of the movie is Thor versus Iron Man.
Oh yeah, that was
Yeah,
That's
amazing.
actually the
was
best
really neat.
fight
There's so
scene in the
many- it's
film.
You
so
know
hard
what was
to
really
pick.
good too was Captain America: Winter Soldier when Cap was going the first time they're hand in hand when he finds out that it's Bucky.
Yeah.
Hand-to-hand
Oh yeah,
fight
dude,
was
that was
so
amazing.
visceral and
It was so
brutal.
quick.
As it
It
should
was so
be.
quick.
The pacing was
CQC
insane.
going on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
A lot of
choreography and the way it was shot. Oh,
Yeah.
it was so neat.
Yeah, that's pretty much the only thing I saw of Winter Soldier. I haven't seen that movie
No
entirely.
way, dude.
Yeah, I saw the end of it with
It's
him.
really
That
good.
scene too, where at the end where they are like pretty much killing each other, and he manages to trap his arm and choke him
Yeah,
out.
that's really
That
good.
was a really brutal fight sequence.
Yeah, it was
too.
awesome.
It was yeah.
But how about Jimmy? You already said yours, right? It was when Hulk slammed Loki.
Yeah.
So what about with the new trailer? What's your favorite part of the newest trailer?
Oh, I still haven't seen that trailer. I only seen like little parts of it.
Well, I guess you missed the early part of our show then.
Jimmy, you gotta pull it up on another browser, dude.
Yeah,
Watch
you gotta
it.
watch the new Avengers trailer.
Yeah, okay. So like right after this call, I'm gonna watch it.
Do it. All right, man. Do it right now. We'll let you go.
Do it right now. Right now.
Level up.
Like, cookie down. Put the cookie down.
Level up.
All right, level up. Yes.
There we go.
Nice.
See you later, Jimmy.
Get better soon.
Thanks, Jimmy.
Oh, did I hear?
Cyclonius Games has been trying to call you.
Yeah, I'm gonna call.
Did I hear
Cyclonius
him
Games
say
back.
put the cookie down?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Put the cookie down.
Put the cookie down.
So who's there?
Get to the chopper.
This will be our last call in this segment. We're calling Cyclonius back. Hey, Jose, how you doing, man?
What's going on, Drew?
Sorry that we were missing your calls. Go ahead.
It happens. I understand.
Go ahead, Jose. What's your question, man?
Well, let's see. I guess what are your thoughts on, GameStop now accepting PS2s all of a sudden? It'd be my first question.
Games. I'm sorry. Say that one more time.
Accepting.
GameStop accepting PS2s now?
Oh yeah, it's trade-in, right?
Really?
What are they offering for that, Jose? Do you know?
$25.
$25. Not worth it to me. I'd rather
No.
almost as like a nostalgia collector's thing. I would hold on to my PS2 for that reason alone, rather than get $25 for it.
Yeah, 25.
Yeah, same.
$5 in store credit, not cash.
Yeah, and $25 in store credit, exactly.
Yeah,
You know, it's
even
funny. Like
worse.
today, I was unpacking my old bedroom, back at my old house, and just looking through all my PS2 games, my PS1 games, and since then I've taken every disc out of their cases and I put them into kind of like a binder instead, so I don't have all these boxes. And I kept my boxes at home. And today I had to make this decision: like, do I finally throw out all of these game cases that I've collected since I was like, 8 years old?
Hmm.
And I did, and it
I
was
don't.
kind of
You throw 'em
very
out.
depressing. I didn't like to do it.
Hey, you're throwing away your childhood.
I was throwing away my childhood. It was very sad.
It was a hard day. I was with him, and that's what we were doing. We were just chucking all this
I know,
stuff.
dude.
It's like I didn't want to do that, and there were ones I held. I held on to all my Final Fantasy ones. I held on to my Metal Gear Solid, Kingdom Hearts, Chrono Cross, ones that were especially special to me. Like a PlayStation One, especially. I feel like that's like older, and the cases are smaller, and I wanted to hold on to those ones. But 90%, I threw out probably like 100 to 150 game cases
That
today.
sucks, man.
It sucks. It does. I feel
I
bad.
guess my other thought would be, it may be just me, but I don't know why I'm so excited for a sports game. Maybe just because I want to get my Twitch off the ground, as I
Yeah.
tweeted you.
Yeah, you got MLB The Show, right?
Yeah, I'm getting it. Yeah, I'm getting it like I'm getting it on the 31st. Hopefully, I pick it up that day. If not, I'll pick it up that weekend. And
Yeah. Now, have you ever played the show series before?
yeah, I played last year's.
Okay. I was gonna say, if you haven't, then you're in for a treat, because it really is. It's the best baseball has ever been as far as gaming goes. And even as like a non-sports guy, MLB The Show is a game that I got 2 years in a row because I thought it was that strong. The road to the show, all that is really compelling. That's a really fun sports game.
Yeah, I'm gonna do some pregame like promotion with my two hashtags to hopefully get some
Nice.
traction, get some attention.
Well, if I see that, I will try to make sure I retweet it, man.
Hey, I appreciate it, man. Even though I'm not a Patreon, I appreciate all your help.
Oh, no problem. We don't
Uh,
just we don't just want to support our patrons here. We appreciate everybody that watches our show, and you've
Yeah,
been watching our
absolutely.
show for a very long time, Jose.
And
So we appreciate that.
actually, one more quick thing.
Yeah.
Do you really think Oculus Rift will succeed, even though history shows that virtual reality isn't really something people want?
I don't know if I would say that. I think that virtual reality just wasn't feasible, technology-wise.
Yeah.
Because the thing about virtual reality is you have to get to 90 frames per second and very high resolution if you don't want every single person using that device to get motion sickness.
I mean, with the
Because
Virtual Boy, didn't it give people motion sickness?
it did. Yes, the Virtual Boy definitely gave motion sickness, and so did and any of those mall, virtual reality things that they had back in the 90s. If you use those for even 5 minutes, you were walking away nauseous because your eyes, when you're that close, first of all, you're seeing what's called a screen door effect because you are actually seeing the grid of the pixels, which is something that's really hard to mitigate, but they've done really good at it recently in doing that with the high resolution screens, OLED, lowering the diameter of the grid of the pixels. And then on top of that, getting to 90 frames per second or 120 frames per second through frame interpolation allows us to finally have that smooth, real life feel, because you're always going to have that barrier if you can't feel like you are seeing real life frame rate, because that's the thing is everybody's different, but what I'm seeing right now, I have no idea what frame rate I'm seeing right now, but it has to be very, very high, I imagine. Especially as a young guy, your frame rate vision becomes lower as you get older. But
Mhm.
if you're a young gamer, I have to imagine you can see 120 frames per second if you're that close to a screen. So that's what it is. I think that we're finally getting to the point where the technology is there, and for that reason, I think virtual reality could be the next gaming revolution on par with 3D. And I don't mean hold on a second. I don't mean 3D as in like 3D TVs, because that was not at all a revolution.
Yeah.
I mean the leap from 2D to 3D, like from Super Mario, World to Super Mario
Right.
64 is what I mean.
I want to see it succeed, but I don't think I'm gonna personally buy it, even if it is like only $300.
Only? I think that would be very high, actually, if it's 300. I think that the only way this thing succeeds on a mass market level is at 200.
You don't. So you think anything higher than 200, it
I
just
think if it has bundles at 250, it might do okay. But if the base model is $300 and you have to buy the PlayStation Move and buy a PlayStation camera and buy a game and you're net at $450 to play this thing, no way is it going to sell well. Most consoles sell at $199. There's no way this thing reaches mass market appeal above $200. So it'll reach the hardcore. There are plenty of people that watch our show that say if it's 500, I'm getting it, and that's awesome. There's going to be plenty of people that do, but you're not going to sell 25 or 30 million units like Connected if it's above $200.
Right.
That's my opinion, at least. We'll see
Go
what
on,
happens.
go on.
All right, Jose. Thanks for calling in, man.
All right, man. Level up, dude.
Level up.
Level up.
Nice.
Level up.
That was very quick. You
We
caught
should
on.
establish a slap bet.
A slap bet. We thought about it for a while, and Mike continuously says that he thinks it'll be higher. But that's the thing is, I'm not saying what I think it will be. I'm saying what I hope it will be. Because
Right.
I want it to succeed, and if this thing is going to succeed, it needs to be $200 standalone or $250 with PlayStation Move with PlayStation Camera.
I agree.
It's just that's.
I think it's going to be a little bit pricier than we think.
I think it's going to be $300 probably in the end, and it's not going to do well.
No.
I don't think it will.
No.
And it sucks. It sucks because this is the start of virtual reality.
Mm-hmm.
And if Sony wants to become synonymous with that, they have to take a loss.
Virtual reality has to kick ass, though. It can't be like the embarrassment that it used to.
Oh yeah,
definitely.
Right.
It was an embarrassment.
That's the thing. Sony really can't afford to take much of a loss because the PS4 division is really the only thing keeping them afloat right now.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. And for the longest time, they were taking losses on everything, and Sony was finally like, no, we need to release things either at level, where we're not making a loss or a profit, or at a profit. And that's what PS4 is doing, I'm pretty sure now, is that it's actually selling at a profit, which is great for them because they're selling, 20.2 million units in the first year, which is unbelievable.
Either who's in Frost?
Jimmy is Frost.
Is he the one who called?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Did you see what he said?
No, I
trailer?
didn't. Oh, he watched it?
Yeah, he said, Drew, the trailer. Just wow.
Just wow. Beautiful.
Just wow.
Let's take another quick commercial break, guys. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Can we get much higher?
Secret word? What would the secret word be?
Veins.
What is it?
Veins.
Veins. 634. We still need another 50 hearts. I don't think we're getting in 30 minutes.
So MC, masturbating chimpanzee.
No, it's MS.
MS.
No.
That's from Microsoft. MS.
MS.
Multiple sclerosis.
Yeah, it's the first thing that came on my mind. So.
I don't know now.
Someone said massive scrotum.
Massive scrotum.
Someone said massive schlong.
Nice. I like that one.
I said monster spaghetti.
Monster spaghetti. I think we're probably back now. Welcome back, guys. This is the Level Up Show, episode 64, a gaming dedicated talk show on every Sunday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. We talk all the biggest gaming industry news. We're about to get the topic of the week, which is GDC and PAX East. But before that, thank you to our 50 or so Twitch stars tonight, including Reproved Nickel 5, Legion SSX, Del Mago 88, Video Games for the Win, Steampunk 5510, Prof EP, Buddy Smoke, Hercules 23456, and Almighty T-Rav. Thank you for all those Twitch arts. We're at 200 people in the room still, which is awesome. If you haven't followed us yet, do it right now because we could hit 5,000 tonight if we get a huge surge of follows right now. Go to twitch.tv/levelupshow, follow or sub there. If you're watching live from PlayStation, all you got to do is hit that heart button. It's really easy to do. Hit the button, your name will pop up on screen, and we'll shout you out. Yeah. All right. So let's move to the topic of the week. We had a GDC this week, as I was saying. We got a lot of virtual reality out of it, which seems to be a lot of the topic tonight already.
Yeah.
Everybody seems to talk about it. But we didn't just get Project Morpheus. Let's start with that. We talked about Project Morpheus a little bit earlier. It has 1920 by 1080. It's got the 5.7-inch OLED screen, which is great. Love the colors on an OLED screen, first of all.
Yeah.
But on top of that, it's also got a very small grid when it comes to the pixels, and that's how they mitigate the screen door effect. It's coming out in the first half of 2016, which is a little bit of a surprise. And probably the most important part, maybe, is the 120 frames per second and the 18 millisecond latency. Those are all really strong stats. On the other side, we have Oculus Rift, and we also have the HTC Vive, which is working together with Valve, which we all know, Portal and Half-Life and all that. That one, from a technological standpoint, supposedly is the most impressive of them all.
Yeah.
Everybody is using that. Is just going crazy over it, saying the lighthouse thing that they're doing, whatever that technology is blowing people away.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. We also got cross-buy being announced between Xbox One and PC. Have you heard about this?
I have not.
They're kind of following Sony's suit on that. Obviously Sony's been pushing the cross-buy functionality for a while now. But what is pissing a lot of people off with the PC support that Microsoft is pushing when it comes to Xbox on PC is that the PC guys don't have to pay for Xbox Live.
Really?
They are getting online for free.
That kind of blows, yeah.
Yeah, and everybody, like at the beginning, everyone's like, "Oh, that's awesome, PC, we get it for free." And then all of a sudden, the Xbox guys came in and said, like, "What the hell?
Yeah,
like we've
I
been
don't think that's
spending
right.
$60 a year for like the last how long? Like, why do these guys get the same exact product and online for no cost at all?" So that is definitely pissing some people off.
I could understand that. That seems like a real jip.
On the Wii U side of things, they are getting some indie ports finally. Octodad, Deadliest Catch, Don't Starve Giant Edition, Never Alone. These are all games that came to PS4 a while back. Did not come to Xbox One because of their parity clause, but I guess Wii U doesn't care about that, so that's awesome. So you get Wii U guys, you're getting some great indie games, especially Don't Starve. Try that out. That is an awesome one. Many new Steam machines announced. We talked about this a little bit earlier. The Steam Link is what a lot of people are talking about because that is $50.
Okay.
$100 with a controller, but it's basically Netflix for gaming.
Yeah.
It is their new streaming service. You can stream your PC to it and all that kind of stuff. It all comes down obviously to the latency, all those kind of things.
Yeah,
PlayStation
for
Now
sure.
does this already, trying to at least, and it works pretty well from what I hear.
Yeah.
Wait, did you try PlayStation Now?
I was in the beta testing.
Okay.
Yeah, and it worked for me. I didn't play. I wasn't at the time. There wasn't like that many games offered.
Yeah.
I was playing Guacamelee on it, and it would chugged a little bit here and there, but it was like the very, very early stages of it. So I didn't really get into meat and bones. They had some bigger games on there, like Darksiders, which I imagine would be a little more difficult to test out, but I never got around to it. So I'm not sure how the final product worked out. I would like to check it out though.
It's not even just that the product needs to improve. They changed the way the product is marketed, I guess you could say. They have a new subscription service with PlayStation Now where you don't have to, rent games individually. You can now either spend $15 a month for 3 months or
Right.
$20 a month for a singular month.
Is this out? Is PlayStation Now
Yes.
out now officially?
They have a standalone application now on PlayStation 4 that you can download if you want to do the subscription service. And you have unlimited access to over 100 PS3 games for $15 a month.
I think I might check it out.
For the $15 a month, if you buy 3 months, that's not too bad. I think that's pretty decent. I think 20, even though it's only $5 more a month, that pushes it. I feel like 15 is that sweet spot,
Mhm.
and I hope they kind of just lower it off.
Have you
to
tried
that.
this at all yet?
I have not tried it once, no.
I think I'm gonna try it out.
They have, I think, like a week or more than that for free trial, which is pretty cool because you can
That is
definitely
cool.
play some games in a week and finish them.
You can get a good enough feel for the program
Yeah.
and how well it works in a week for sure.
Because they have all the God of War games on there, and
Yeah.
God of War is typically like 8 to 10 hours. So Ascension is a game I always wanted to play, God of War Ascension.
You ever played it?
No, I never played it. That's the only God of War I didn't play. So maybe I should try the free trial and play God of
dude.
War Ascension.
It was
for free.
it was a fun run through it
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah, it was a little goofy. The story was whatever, but
Little
gameplay is
goofy.
good. You know.
Let's go back to I have a quote here that I missed. It was for the virtual reality. It's for Valve's new Lighthouse technology. Gabe Newell talked about it a little bit. He said the, quote, first prototype of our hardware has all these retro reflective dots. That's great for one person who's sitting. If you actually want to have 10 people in a room moving around, you need something like Lighthouse. So Lighthouse gives you that precision. It's not specific to the head-mounted display. We also use it for controllers, but you could use it for anything. You could put it on your tablets or your phones. It's tracking. It happens that VR likes to use tracking, and it's critically dependent on it. If you've seen it yet, it looks like something out of Star Trek. It's on your controller and has like this, it almost looks like it has a satellite dish on the end of your controller with all these little like reflective things going on. It looks ridiculous.
I haven't seen it.
It looks so dumb and ridiculous, but I hope they find a way to make it look more approachable because it kind of reminds you of like at the beginning when, for instance, Sony was trying to create the PlayStation Move and it started off as being this like stick with a huge ball on the end of it and it just looked ridiculous. That's what it looks like at this point in time. It looks so bad, but supposedly it works very, very well. So hopefully they get that working out. Let's see if we got any other news from GDC. And once I'm done with this, guys, I'm just going to open up the line for you guys. Android TV set-top box called the Shield. Have you heard about this at all?
A little bit.
Here's a quote here. It streams games over the company's Netflix for gaming platform known as Grid. It streams games from your local PC. It powers Twitch streaming at the same time of said stream content. Heck, it powers games like Crisis 3 locally running on Android. It's $200 for the set-top box with a controller, and it also has voice functionality built in. So once again, we're getting another one of these micro consoles in a way with streaming functionality. Moving more and more towards that. It seems.
Yeah, it does seem that way. I think it's this whole streaming thing is going to be not ready to fully catch on until we see like some bandwidth increase.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
You know?
Yeah. And that's down to Comcast not throttling our speeds, Verizon not throttling our speeds, which might happen now that we have net neutrality going through and those first baby steps happening.
Mm-hmm.
As for PAX, we had some new Final Fantasy 15 episode Duske impressions. A lot of people were playing it. I saw some new footage that I had never seen before, and I am so happy with what I'm seeing because I didn't realize this demo had a lot more than what they were showing. Like, there's chocobos in this thing, and I don't think anybody here really knows what I'm talking
Final
about.
Fantasy?
Yeah.
I've heard the term. I've seen a picture. That's all.
They had like a chocobo farm, and I didn't realize that there was going to be like a chocobo farm in this game. It's really cool. They have like almost like a trailer ranch.
Okay.
Like, and it's like, because they're trying to meld this realistic nature with the fantasy nature.
Mhm.
So you got these trailers in the background, but then over here you got like chocobos.
Yeah.
Like, and it's just like, it's really bizarre, but it's also really cool. And I'm really happy with that. And then on top of that, there's supposedly like all these caves you can go down into for side quests and these
Sounds kind of awesome.
behemoth monster hunts, and it sounds like there's 4 hours of content in this thing, and
Nice.
I'm really, really excited for this. The other one thing I did hear is that it's not quite polished to what people want yet, but it's probably really far away at this point still. Supposedly it drops down below 10 frames per second here and there, which is abysmal, obviously. Hopefully, they said that they might have that fixed by the time the game comes out in a few weeks. But even so, even if it's not fixed, we have to kind of take this game knowing that it's probably a year and a half away still. In my opinion, that's what I'm guessing. I'm guessing this game is still a year and a half away. So take everything with a grain of salt, of course. We also find out that Tales from the Borderlands Episode 2 will be arriving on the week of March 17th, so not very far away at all. They kept that silent, and then finally out of nowhere they announced it. Final Fantasy XIV Heavensward expansion pack will be released on June 23rd with early access to people who are pre-ordering. And finally, there is a new Witcher 3 video that went out online, a 7-minute gameplay of Witcher that I watched, and I honestly thought it looked downgraded, in my opinion.
It didn't look as sharp as they originally started releasing some stuff.
And this was the PC version, as far as I know. Like, this was the PC high quality version, and right from the very beginning I saw it, I was like, the grass does not look near as good as it used to look.
Mhm.
The grass doesn't look as good. The shadows don't look as good. Something happened here. I don't know if they overshot at the beginning and promising, more than they could handle. I'm surprised though, because you would think with the PC side, they're just technological geniuses over there.
Yeah, for
CD
sure.
Projekt Red. So I'm very surprised that the PC version doesn't look as good as they originally promised, because the PS4 and Xbox One version are only going to look worse.
Yeah, I don't know. I think in the long run, when it finally comes down to the time the game's released, I think it'll look just as good as everybody thinks it's going to.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Either way, we talked about this earlier. I don't care.
Yeah, right.
In the grand scheme of things, I think the game looks a lot of fun. It looks awesome. It's this open world fantasy adventure that I've never touched before. I've never played the Witcher series. So I'm really excited to jump into that world and find out what the game's all about. As coming from somebody that never read the books either.
Right.
It has this huge amount of lore and mythology that they've established that I have no idea about. So hopefully I can jump into this thing and catch on. But that's about it for what I wrote down for GDC and PAX news, guys. So I'm going to open up the Skype lines. Why don't you guys call in right now on Skype at the Level Up Show, spelled exactly how it sounds. We can talk about Avengers. We talk about GDC. We talk about PAX. Anything you guys want for the next 10 minutes. And then we'll move on to Wild Game, of course. Until then, let's thank some Twitch arts here. We got Justin29193, Snowfalling 89, David Mile. Thank you to Jason for the YouTube subscription. We Bully Bums. That's a weird name. Reprove Nickel, Legion SSX, Delmago, Video Games for the Win, Steampunk, Prof EP, Buddy Smoke, Hercules, Almighty, Tree Turtle, Geek Squad, and many, many more. Thank you for all those Twitch arts, guys. Keep them coming. Hit that little heart button live from PlayStation, and let's take this call from Aiden. Hey, Aiden, welcome back to the show, man.
Hey, I just want to say thank you for having me on last time on Direct. I got 5 followers. Thanks for shouting me out, guys.
Oh, no problem, man. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear
All
you
right.
get some support. And that's the point. He's got to get that beginning started, and then it starts to steamroll a little bit.
All right, thanks guys, and
No
level
problem.
up.
Level up. Take a call from Carlos. Oh, it went away. Try calling Carlos back. Here we go. All right, I'm calling you, Carlos. Let's see if this picks up. What we got in the chat room?
I heard they showed new
Hello?
Arkham footage.
Hey, Carlos, how you doing, man?
I'm doing fine.
What's going on? What do you want to talk about tonight?
First thing I'm gonna get it out of the way is Dean,
Yeah, what's up,
Final
man?
Fantasy Advent Children. Wink, wink, nod, nod. Let me know whether or not I should contribute to that. I mean, I'm looking at Amazon right now. It's $18.39. I have Prime shipping, so I can just send it to you, and it'll be there in 2
Steve
days.
wants me to watch this, dude, so bad. What do you? I mean, I
What do you
watch it,
get?
dude.
I mean,
What do you? Yeah, what exactly
you've
do you
never
want
played a
out
Final
of it?
Fantasy. This would probably be a great little entry to the universe to get a taste of what it is without having to go through the JRPG elements. It's pretty much just really nice action scenes, some really good story build up. You won't be completely aware of what's going on, but I'm almost positive you'll enjoy what goes all into it.
And how long is this movie?
Only like an hour and 15 minutes.
No. You first of all, you want to watch the extended version.
Yeah.
Watch
Yeah.
Advent Children complete, which is closer to 2 hours.
2 hours and 6 minutes roughly.
Is it? Wow.
Yeah, the extended
126
version
minutes.
is a good 20 minutes longer, but it's worth it. It's the
Dude,
high
it
definition.
seems really long for a person who has no idea what will be going
Well,
on.
I mean, you're someone who doesn't know that much about Final Fantasy. You saw Advent Children complete.
Yeah.
It was good,
I
right?
think it's the biggest problem is it will be slightly confusing. I think you'll still be able to follow. and
Yeah.
Everything.
I think
All
you'll be
right.
okay.
Maybe I'll
I
check
think
it
I'm
out,
perfectly
dude.
fine.
Yeah,
Let me
it's
know
worth it
about
for the
that.
action scenes alone.
Yeah, for the action scenes alone, they do have
Yeah.
likable voice acting.
Yeah.
And yeah,
For sure.
it was well
Anything
done.
else you want to talk about tonight, Carlos?
Yeah, I mean there are a couple of things I could talk about, but it was interesting to hear that people who play on Xbox who've been wanting the crossplay with the PC side are kind of upset that they're not gonna that the PC side will have to share the same amount of subscription as them.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird. It's one of those things that I think they're just gonna have to deal with because they are playing on the console and not on the PC. I just cannot imagine Microsoft going, well, I guess we'll just have to charge the PC side too to make our Xbox
They're not gonna do that.
subscribers
No, for
happy.
sure.
The only solution is to not charge on Xbox because they can't charge on PC. They literally can't because every
Yeah.
other service is free. It would be a disaster.
It would
So,
be pointless. No one would buy into it.
But they're also not going to remove the Xbox Live subscription.
Yeah, the only saving grace is if they were to come out just before or sometime just before they release that update and say, hey, either if you play with the PC side, it's free, or if they go, you know what, we heard you, we're gonna meet you halfway and cut down the price by about half or 20% of the Xbox Live Gold service from here on out.
They did lower it to 40 recently.
I think that was only for a time.
It's
for a
still
certain
going
period
right
of
now,
time.
I'm pretty sure, but that's the thing is it a promotion or is this a promotion that becomes a permanent thing?
It might just be a testing the waters to see if it's a better price point for here on out.
Do you think if it stays at 40, PlayStation follows suit and lowers theirs to 40?
I would hope that they lower their price, but it's not the biggest problem to me. I waited till there was a sale for it to be like $30 or $40, and I got it. So as long as those sales still hold up, there's not a whole lot of reason for them to lower the price. Unless they really want more subscribers for those who haven't bought into it and have a PS4 now.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that for sure, man.
Yeah, same.
All right, Carlos.
That's
Give
about
me a
it. The
quick
main
level up, man.
thing was
Oh, never mind.
yeah, the main thing was to ask Dean about that because I had asked in the chat and he didn't notice it. So
Just make him
yeah,
happy.
let me know.
I'm gonna
And
watch it, dude.
level
I'm
up,
gonna
everybody.
watch it, and we're gonna talk
I
about
can
it.
let you borrow it. I
Yeah, I
have
was
it.
gonna say.
Do you have it?
I have it here.
All right,
I
I'm
can
gonna
just
watch
give it
it.
to you right now to take home with you.
All right, I'm gonna watch it
So,
then.
Carlos, don't worry about buying it for him. I will give it to him right now to take home.
All right.
All right. Now give me a
See you
quick level
later.
up.
Level up, everybody.
Level up.
Level up.
See you later. All right. We'll take one more call, guys, before moving on to Wild Game.
When does the new Arkham coming out? And they showed
Arkham
footage
is
to
June
it, right?
2nd.
Did they show new footage? Didn't they? Like,
There's a
new
trailer, yeah.
Yeah.
Gotham is mine.
I don't want to watch it because I'm actually just genuinely really excited about it. Like I'm
Yeah,
gonna
dude.
borrowing one of his PS4s. Like it's happening.
That
In order to play that
game
game.
is gonna be something else. Don't even
Yeah.
get me
This one
started
is
talking
gonna be
about
like
that
genuinely
game.
the first game that I've played in a long time.
It looks pretty sick. I agree. Thank you to some Twitch arts here. We got Parasite and Dr. Chucks and Justin and Snowfalling and David Miles. Thank you for all the Twitch arts, guys. Keep those coming. Hit the heart button live from PlayStation right now to heart us. Let's take this call from Eddie. Hey, Eddie, how you doing, man? Hey, Eddie, can you hear me, man?
Yeah.
There you go. What's going on? Welcome to the show.
What's up?
What do you want to talk about tonight?
So I want to talk about earlier you guys were talking about Halo, right? And their problems.
Yeah, and the fact that supposedly a patch release that is improving those problems.
Yeah, but now I want to talk about Destiny. What do you guys think about Destiny?
I think Dean can probably answer this a little better than I can.
What do you mean? Like just in general?
Yeah, just in general.
I thought it was really fun. I was really hooked on it when it first came out. I
Let's say they
loved
make
it.
a part 2 to it. Would have different stuff?
I think if they do a part 2, there's
Because it
definitely
seems kind
not a
of.
lot of things they need to work out for me to be back on board. It got really, really repetitive, and there's just a lot of problems the game had that didn't have enough to hook me in for the long run.
Yeah.
I
Because
think the biggest
like.
problem for me is that they kind of push the story to the side.
Yeah.
I was hoping for this deep mythology and this deep storyline to travel through with my buddies, and it just became all it was is collecting loot and trying to get.
It's a lot of grinding.
Just a lot of grinding.
A lot
It's just
of
a grind
grinding.
fest with your buddies, and I'm not into that.
Yeah, same. And I was expecting a little bit more exploration. The game
Yeah.
takes place like traveling among like galaxies and spaceships,
Right.
and like I was a little let down by that. But what is there was fun. The gameplay itself and the core mechanics of the game, I loved. I thought it was a blast. But there was only so many times I could go to the same worlds and do the same missions
Yeah.
over and over again.
I was almost expecting something like No Man's Sky, but with
Right.
Destiny. Everything else is Destiny, but No Man's Sky otherwise, where I fly into space, from the world, just go to whatever planet I want to. No menu screen. It's just this all seamless, like integrated thing that would have been awesome to travel with my buddies. We all get into our spaceships together. It's like, oh, follow me. Let's go to this planet. Like, that would have been so cool. Like,
for sure.
I hope that they can achieve something like that with the second one.
Yeah, because of Bungie, if you look at their games in the previous times, they had really good storylines and all that. But in Destiny now, the storyline, there's no story to it.
Yeah, it's almost non-existent.
I've heard it compared to Halo in that a lot of people were saying Halo 1 had great gameplay but no story, and then Halo 2 came and it was like a perfect blend. So a lot of people are kind of thinking that might be the case with Destiny too. So hopefully it is.
Yeah.
That'll be cool. I would get into it if that was the case.
Yeah, sure. All right.
And you guys looking forward to getting for the DLCs, or is that just a stupid idea?
Not me personally. I'm done with that game.
I got the first pack. I forget
Yeah.
what it's called. I got the first pack and I played it a bunch, and then that
Was
was
it like
kind
the
of
Dark
it.
Below or something?
That was
and
it,
then we have
yeah.
House of Wolves coming pretty soon.
Yeah, I won't be getting into any more Destiny. I really don't foresee myself putting the game back in, honestly, anytime soon.
I actually heard that they cut out those 2 DLCs to make money off of that game. They like cut it off the story to
I
sell
don't
it.
think that's entirely true. I think that there's probably some things they held back, but this has been a business plan from the beginning. Like they knew what they were doing with this game. They knew what they were making as DLC, what they were making as the main game, what they were parceling out. So I think it's just whatever you're finding in the game, remnants of that or whatever, doesn't mean that it was removed from the game or it's on disc and it's this big mess up. I think it's just that certain things are on the disc and certain things aren't, and then they patch things in later. But
That's
it's
always
all
a
part of the
popular
plan.
rumor. Whenever any game comes out with like DLC packs that people hear about ahead of time,
Yeah.
that seems to be the popular rumor lately. That like, oh, they cut this off the disc. They were gonna put this in the game.
Just
like,
because it's already on the disc or parts of it doesn't mean that they like removed it from the disc to become DLC.
but some people just plan ahead.
It's not that simple. Exactly. Some people just plan ahead. Like when it comes to DLC, the big publishers like Activision, Ubisoft, they even have the DLC planned out 6 months to 8 or to a year ahead of time.
Right.
Like they're gonna have some of that content on the disc
For
so that they
sure.
can just patch in as little as possible. It's just the way it works.
Yeah, I agree.
Alrighty.
All right. Thank you.
All right, give me a level up, man.
Level up.
Level
later.
up. Thanks for the
Level
call,
All right.
man.
Bye.
All right, I'm going to shut down the Skype lines, guys. Thanks for all the calls. I really appreciate those. Let me thank some Twitch hearts real quick. We got a few here. We got a YouTube subscription as well from Jeff.
Nice.
Jeff, thanks for the YouTube subscription, man. Also, thank you to these Twitch hearts from Vanilla Gorilla, Nasty Balls, who's Aiden, Alpha Red Lion, Parasite, and then we're back to Dr. Chucks, Justin, Snowfalling, and David Miles. Thanks for those Twitch hearts, everybody. Keep them coming for the final push. We only got about 20 minutes left in the show until we're wrapped up. Let's get into the wild game. Do you think you can split this with me, or are you too tired?
For what?
Wild game. Going back and forth wild game.
Okay.
You can do it? Are you sure?
I'll do it for you so I don't disappoint you.
It's fine. I can give it to like...
I won't disappoint you. Just give it to me.
Wild game?
It's our preview of an up-and-coming game. So, first, let's play the trailer, of course.
I don't see it.
You're in green, and I'm going to be black.
Oh.
All right, guys. Let's move on to the wild game appears. Holy, I'm tired. Maybe. Never mind. We didn't hit 5,000. Wild game appears. Check it out, guys.
What am I supposed to read?
Thank you, crowing. I've been very excited about this game since the beginning. This was announced at E3, I think 2014. And I was immediately jealous before I realized it was coming to Steam as well. So I'm really happy about that. It is coming to Steam and Xbox One. I think I'm actually going to play this. This is going to be the second game that I purchase on Steam.
I'm 1,000% going to play it. This was actually like the primary drive for me to want an Xbox One, believe it or not.
Yeah. I think this might be one of the first games I stream on the PC as well. I think I might try this out on there.
Yeah, you should do. That would be awesome.
Definitely. Let's start off here. It's coming out, I think, in the next couple of weeks. Does it say here?
I forget. I forgot it was even this soon.
It's very soon. It's in the next couple weeks. It's called Ori and the Blind Forest. It's developed by Moon Studios. It's this charming platformer, published by Microsoft Studios, of course, and will be available for Xbox One, PC, and eventually Xbox 360 at a later date. They did delay it.
You take charge of Ori, a white guardian spirit who has fallen into the forest. The larger, mother-like creature you see in the trailers has taken Ori in to care for him. Kuro, the evil entity in the game, seemingly takes this mother creature in an almost Bambi-like way. This forces Ori to go out and explore the forest alone.
Yeah, you guys might have seen the prologue trailer that was shown at the very beginning. It's really sad, actually. The forest starts to die. Like the forest is alive in a way, and it seems to be like this guardian spirit, this evil owl or whatever, makes it so that the food depletes, and then the mother can't survive because she's giving all the food to this little white creature named Ori, and it's a really sad moment. So I'm guessing that Ori is going to be trying to combat this enemy and bringing the forest back to life. You will eventually meet Scene, a glowing light creature that will help Ori, attacking enemies along the way. He does this automatically from afar without needing to aim at the enemy by the player.
This title is a classic style Metroidvania platformer. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Wow, it's a Metroidvania.
It's a mixture of Metroid and Castlevania.
Vania.
Yeah.
Mike said this game comes out this Tuesday.
This Tuesday. I thought so.
I did not know that. I'm so happy right now.
Yeah. It's going to be awesome.
You will start with only the ability to jump and then learn more abilities. For yourself, I think it's Cyan.
Cyan? Cyan! All right.
For yourself and Cyan along the way. Many haven't been seen yet. However, they have shown a few.
One of these is Bash, which we can see in one of the clips. You can see on the screen here. You'll see Bash a few times. The player must be quick with their fingers to keep Ori in the air. In this case, it helps him escape drowning in the rapidly rising water. You must bash into objects and enemies to stay above the ground.
Another is allowing Cyan to attack 3 times per swipe instead of once.
And finally, there's also a double jump ability and a wall jump. With those familiar with Mega Man will recognize. You can see him doing that multiple times throughout this trailer in order to traverse. There's also this kind of cool change of physics here. You can see like he modifies gravity so that he can keep jumping throughout the environment. It's really cool.
It kind of looks like Mario Galaxy, like when you attract like to bubble the bubble. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it does. I can see that for sure.
You will collect spirit lights when you defeat an enemy or bash certain objects. These will progress your level, allowing you to upgrade/unlock new abilities.
There are many areas and enemies that you cannot access immediately. That's where the Metroidvania style comes in. When you found you do not have the ability skill set to do so, that's why you have to get these abilities to reach the environments you couldn't at the beginning. True to Metroidvania form, there are places you have to come back to in order to progress further.
Apparently his name is Sane.
Sane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going with Cyan.
I like Cyan better. A really cool mechanic is the Soul Link. This will allow you to create checkpoints anywhere and anytime you want, given you have the spirit energy to do so. Spirit energy is not an abundant source, so you must be strategic in use and placement.
Moon has claimed that there will be no significant loading times in this 1080p 60 frames per second title. It is absolutely stunning and gorgeous. The animation, the art style. This legitimately is one of those games where you can say this looks like a painting or an anime or whatever come to life. They nailed it in that regard. And finally, the game seems to have a very deep and emotional storyline, as I was saying earlier, that will match the beauty of the level design. Those privy to it have touted it to be on the level of Iron Giant and The Lion King. There's a lot of mystery to Ori, what his destiny is, and why Kuro is such a dick. I didn't write that, Mike did. But no, I'm so excited for this game, just for the atmosphere and the graphical artistic direction alone. But the first thing that attracted me to it was that I felt emotion when I watched that first trailer.
Mm-hmm.
And you know me, how I am with games. Like, if a game can make me emotional, I want to play it.
Yeah, for sure. The music, the whole atmosphere of it,
Yeah,
it's a really cool vibe.
I hope that it is able to hold on to that, though, because that prologue is the first 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm hoping that it's not just that's where all the emotion and story is. I hope that that is throughout the entire game. Obviously, the gameplay looks really great. I love the platforming and the Metroidvania style, but I want that story to be a hook throughout the entire 20 hours, I think I heard, actually.
No way!
This is not a full-price game, and supposedly this could take you 20 hours to beat.
That's insane.
Yeah, so that's awesome. I love a media experience. I hope that it, as long as it doesn't obviously overstay its welcome, that's also very important as well.
I'm really excited to check it out, though.
Definitely. That is Ori and the Blind Forest, guys. Check it out this coming Tuesday because it looks awesome. And thank you to all these Twitch charts we're getting right now. Let's follow these real quick. Who do we got? We got Psymaster 2K, Red Stroke, Colt is Claw, Resin 212, Nukeem High 447. My name is Earl, Crowing 12, X Kadash, Youngrick, Apex, or is it Apex? Apex! I think is what it says. There's a lot of E's in there, so I'm going to go with that. But thank you again to Varilla Gorilla, Nasty Balls, Alpha Red Lion, Parasite, Dr. Chucks, Justin, and many, many more Twitch arts tonight. Keep those coming, guys, in this final push right now. We are the Level Up Show. This is a gaming dedicated talk show on every Sunday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. We talk all the biggest gaming industry news. We do topic of the week. We just finished Wild Game Appears. We do this every week. If you want to follow us, do it right now because we're on every Sunday. Go to twitch.tv/The Level Up Show. You can follow or you can subscribe there. We're also very active on Live from PlayStation. We still stream on both PC and PlayStation. If you're watching right now from PlayStation, hit the heart button. It's very easy to do. Your name will pop up. We'll shout you out. We're very active on Twitter at the Level Up Network, level spelled LVL. YouTube is real important because we archive all of our streams and do off-show content like TV discussion at youtube.com/The Level Up Show, level spelled LVL. You can subscribe there. This hoodie that I have here, you can get on the levelupshow.spreadshirt.com. There's also t-shirts, there's muscle shirts, different sizes, shapes, colors, men's and women's. And then finally, the most important of them all, go to Patreon at patreon.com/The Level Up Network. It is the best way to support our network by donating money. But the best part is that you guys get things in return, like little jingles sent to you, or thank you videos, or promotional segments on our show, all that kind of stuff. We have $178 in patrons per month. So we are so appreciative of that. You guys are so awesome. Thank you for that. Keep them coming. Well, we want to make the show bigger and better for you guys, and that's the best way to do it. So I think that wraps us up.
Yeah, and if you guys want to talk about the Avengers, I'll be up for a while. So just get at me on Twitter. I'm ready to talk about it.
We do game streams throughout the week, guys. We got Monday is Greg with Inday. I'm not sure what he's going to do this week.
I don't think he mentioned it.
Because he doesn't have Life is Strange anymore. That got delayed. So I'm not sure what Greg's going to do, but he'll be on tomorrow at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Mike will be on Tuesday, either with Diablo or Plants vs. Zombies or Destiny, one of those. Do you have any idea what you're going to do Wednesday for Beast of the Week?
Nope.
No, not yet.
I have me and Mike are actually talking about this right now in the chat. I have 20 games on my backlog. Dude.
Yeah.
I don't even know. I just go home and I look at my shelf and I'm too overwhelmed to start anything.
What have I done with my life?
Yeah, basically. That's pretty much what I think, yeah.
Thursday, of course, is Level Up Direct. That is our other gaming talk show on every Thursday, and it's all about Skype. We keep the Skype lines open for 2 hours straight and take your calls to talk all things gaming related. Friday is myself with Level Up Quick Play right after work at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm going to start Valiant Hearts. I finished The Order last Friday, which, by the way, I thought was a good game. I really did think that was a good game.
I like the back half better than the first half.
Yeah.
How about you?
I can understand why you would. It moved really quick, the last half. Though.
Oh, yeah, it certainly did.
It suddenly just flew by. But I did spoiler alert, when vampires were introduced, because that took me by surprise.
Same.
It ends on a cliffhanger for sure.
It does. And there was a big fight, the last big fight at the end.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that a lot.
Yeah, spoiler alert again, between you and Lucan. Yeah,
that was a good fight.
That was visceral. It was real.
It was. The end of that game got really good. I agree.
And it also kind of brought up the whole nature of who is right in this thing. He keeps saying I'm just doing what's right by my people in the same way that you're doing right by your people. So I wonder if they kind of expand on that and go into kind of like that Killzone thing where the Helghast is only bad because we made them bad. We took their land and did all these kind of things. So I wonder if they're gonna delve into that war and maybe make the Lycans not the bad guys, and maybe the vampires become the bad guys, and you join forces with the Lycans or something like that crazy. I could see that happening in the Order 1887 or whatever happens.
You think they will call it if and when there's the inevitable sequel? Do you think it'll be 1887?
It will definitely not be part 2 or something like that. I think it's another year. I think definitely they go with another year.
You think so?
I think that it's too focused on that. The game constantly is telling you the date in the bottom left-hand corner.
Yeah, that's true.
All about it being in 1886. But the fact that they can't grow old as long as they're drinking this Blackwater allows them to, they could go 200 years in the future if they want and still have the same characters. They call it the Order 2086 if they want. It doesn't matter. They have complete freedom in that regard, which I think is why they did that.
But now, well, I don't want to spoil too much, but it will be weird to call the game The Order, I feel like.
You think so?
Kind
considering how it ends.
Yeah.
It still is about the Order in the end, though, even though what the Order is exactly is becoming more and less known. But it's still, I feel like it's still going to be about the Order and what it means and maybe bringing it back to its former glory. I'm not sure. Spoiler alert.
Probably should have began with a spoiler alert, but whatever.
We got some final Twitch charts from the Incredible Turk, A. Martinez, Mercy159, Naked Wolf, Ruralist, Master 2K, Red Stroke, and Colt It's Call. So that wraps up the show, guys. Thank you for all the support tonight. Thanks for the 70 or so Twitch charts. We didn't hit 5,000. And unfortunately, that probably means I'll hit 5,000 on Level Up Direct this week.
Not unfortunately, it'll be a beautiful
It'll
moment.
still be beautiful. I just wish I could have hit with you guys here.
Maybe we will. Maybe everybody will hate your guts on Thursday, and then we can do it on Sunday.
If anybody wants to come join me on Thursday for Level Up Direct, so we get the 5,000 celebration in the way it's meant to be celebrated. Follow us, guys. Make sure you check us out throughout the week. We're on every single day except Saturday. So until next time, take care, and as always, level up.
Tired? I'm tired too, man.
I haven't said a word in like the last half hour because I've just been squirming in this chair, just dying inside.
I felt that hour this morning, dude.
Dude, why is it not 11:35 right now?
Yeah.
I'm dying.
Fake clap.
Level up, guys. Thanks for watching. See you next time.